I'll stop.
Okay, time for a backup character, dude.
What, are we gonna kill Logan? Are we gonna kill Beast? Are we gonna kill
Turns out Logan did a
James?
bad song.
Why not all of them?
Kill both of them.
Anybody,
Why not all
motherfuckers. Stop it.
Anyway, guys. It's been a couple of weeks for on the road, unfortunately, due to various circumstances. I don't entirely remember what happened last session. I just remember you transported yourselves via Strun in one of her vehicles from Waterdeep all the way over to Neverwinter. You got back in touch with certain things. Ralthor, of course, went off to spend some time with his boyfriend. Eventually, Phaedra and Biddy both seem to have wandered down towards the shop as well at some point. Well,
Yeah.
Logan and Gamel were going to the magic shop, but we haven't went yet,
okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Phaedra spent the time walking to Peleos's, talking to Biddy about everything that had happened in the last month and a half. And
That's good,
Yeah.
right? Because Biddy lost his memory when he lost the sword. That was the other significant thing. Biddy's sword was taken from him, given to the Watcher. All memory that everybody has of that sword is now gone.
What's wood?
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Sword?
But that also means that Biddy is missing an entire level of Warlock, or possibly 2 levels. How many
No.
levels of Warlock do you
2 levels.
have? 2
2
of
levels.
Warlock.
Thank you very much.
He lost his 2 levels of Warlock as well. They're now just completely empty. It's like he's got an open wound here. It's in
that
addition
sucks
to his
for you.
memory being gone.
God, I had notes.
Don't worry, the Watcher's looking for openings.
Screw the Watcher. He can go down a hole.
I feel like when walking as well, like, player knowledge, we know, he lost some levels, but Phaedra would probably also offer if she wanted to train, if Biddy wanted to train with her, she would offer those services as well.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Are you sure, Biddy?
I'm sure I'll be able to fix it somehow.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, I want to make sure that you know that I'd do anything to do that for you.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
And she'll just nod and just keep walking.
Alright, so who else was heading down to Paley? Oh, that's right, Logan and Moontouch were heading to the magic shop, the Mysterious Jester. It's I keep thinking of Peleus because Peleus, of course, is a magic user, and he's the one that designed the items for the Jester, but the Mysterious Jester, owner does not actually make the items. She just sells them. It's basically like a magical consignment shop sort of place. So Logan and Galmel, you arrive at the now bustling store, the Mysterious Jester. There's actually various people wandering the formerly dusty aisles, and there is a what looks like a young gnome cleaning the floor.
Wow, this is interesting.
Hello.
The young gnome kind of looks up for a moment and says, I don't really know the stock yet, but if you wait a few minutes, the should be ready to help you. He's busy with customers.
Oh, why did I play Logan? If I was James, I could have truggled so much money off of him. It's okay. We'll wait. I look again. So what do you want to buy?
I'm looking for a scroll.
Ooh. I'm looking for like a weapon or something because I feel like I don't really contribute when something goes down. No, I mostly just stand there doing nothing. I kind of feel unsafe with all the things happening lately. Kind of want something to scare away some bad things.
You know, it's perfectly fine.
So you see a few customers carrying burlap sacks with items that they've purchased out the door. The registers, the counter in the back is currently devoid of customers, and the lizard folk owner is busy tidying up back there.
Jim Branson walks up.
Ah, hello. Can I help you?
Yes. Looking for a scroll of unseen servant.
Yes, I should have a few of those. He kind of like goes over to a better stocked scroll case than the last time you were here. It's things are much better organized. And he goes through, flips through, and pulls out what appears to be the right scroll.
Things have been going well for you.
Oh yes, I've had a run of good luck lately, and was able to put in some improvements, especially now that I'm no longer being taxed so heavily.
Good to hear. How much?
Oh, let's see here. Unseen servants. Probably about. Oops. Hold on. Oh, that'll be about 150.
All right. And help it on 150.
Is that all you need today?
Yes, I'm practicing my magics.
Well, that's always a good one.
I'll look up. Hey, I'm wondering, do you sell magical weapon by any chance?
There's plenty of magical weapons around here. What's your price range or style of weapon that you use?
I would prefer something which I don't really need too much strength for, and I don't know. I mean, I have like 300 gold. I mean, if it's not enough, I do have a ring of warmth that I'm not really using lately, so I could trade that in as well.
Well, what type of not sort of strength? I mean, are you talking? Are you talking up close? Or are you talking far away? What are you looking for?
I think up close would be fine. Just
So, a dagger is what you're saying.
a dagger or like a rapier or some. That's what I'm most familiar with. If you have anything of that type, of course.
Rapier. He starts. He pulls out an actual catalog this time, instead of just blindly looking around. Let's see, what kind of rapiers do I have in stock?
Daggers are fine as well.
And what sort of price range do you have?
300 gold and
300
a
gold?
ring
Oh.
of warmth.
Ring of Warmth. Let's see. How much ring warmth? He actually pulls out a second book and starts looking up his rings. Let's see. How much would I be willing to pay for a Ring of Warmth? He rubs his snout thoughtfully. There it is. There's the Ring of Warmth. Well, I'm willing to pay about 150 for a Ring of Warmth. So that brings you up to about 450.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of rapiers I got. Anything that's exactly a rapier. So you probably don't want an axe. Let's see, that's out of your price range. Won't want that. Way out of your price range. Let's see. No.
if you don't have anything
He starts
like
thinking for a
that,
moment and looking at you. And ponders. No. No, that's cursed. You wouldn't want that.
I don't
I
think
suppose
so.
they just have a very simple +1 rapier if that's all you want.
Maybe. Do you have any? And how much would that be?
Oh, well, for a +1 rapier, that will cost you today only about 150. So it actually traded for the Ring of Warming if you like. Let's do a straight change.
Do you happen to have any apparel that would make me move silently, by any chance?
300 more gold. Let's see what we got. He pulls out another thing. Now, are you talking about like a cloak, some boots, what?
Just silent movement. So I mean, my cloak is fine. I maybe need some new boots though.
Well,
So if you have anything like
I've got boots of Elvenkind, of course. So, how about a pair of those? Would you like a pair of boots of Elvenkind?
yeah, that would be good.
Well, for you, I will sell them for 300 gold.
300 gold. That sounds like a fair price.
Alright.
How long have you been in the city for, my good sir?
Oh, a few years. And he,
What?
pulls out the... He kind of goes over to a rack of weapons that are now polished and gleaming instead of dusty, as the last time any of you guys were here. And pulls out a rapier, brings it over to the counter, goes over to another display of clothes, pulls out a pair of boots, brings those over to the counter, and starts, puts a scabbard onto the rapier and, starts wrapping the boots rather carefully in a nice cloth. Why do you ask?
I mean, I've been touring this city for a while now, and I hope I've made kind of a name for me. Would you like an autograph to hang in your shop?
Who are you?
I'm Logan Keane. I've been giving concerts here for the past few days.
See if he knows you. Can't say I know of you, but then I'm not much for music.
What a sadness. Music is one of the few beauties in life. Anyway, how much would that be total?
Well, the Ring of Warming plus 300.
Oh, everything, okay.
Yep.
Okay. I pay him and give him the ring.
And you now possess the boots of Elvenkind and a +1 rapier.
I'm going to attune to both if I need to.
Alright, the boots of Elvenkind do not need attunements. I do not think the rapier does either. Let me double check.
Okay.
Nope, none of those
Good,
rapier.
good.
Neither need attunement.
Good, I'm gonna wear my boots.
Meanwhile,
So now I'm completely in love.
Meanwhile, Phaedra and Biddy have arrived at Peleus' shop. I believe that the last time we were there, Jesse said something. Valthor said something about after, having some fun with his boyfriend, that he was going to actually help around the shop.
I'll clean and see if he needs help making potions.
Yep. He's been expanding his racks of teas, especially with some newer mushrooms, and other crushed leaves and a few berries. And it's like they're distinctly different from the potions. I mean, the potions are already brewed. These are kind of leaves and crushed and whatnot in various pouches, ready to be brewed. And at this point, Biddy and Phaedra walk in.
Hello.
Ralph kind of waves.
Hey, Ralthor.
Okay.
I would usually be surprised to see you here, but I'm Given whose shop this is, I'm not. She kind of squints her eyes and smiles.
Ratho smiles back.
Pelios comes out from the back with 2 cups of tea and hands one over to Valthor. He smiles when he sees who's at the door. Shall they make some more tea?
Ratho nods.
I would love a cup. If you wouldn't mind, Peleus, that'd be great.
Of course. And kind of nods a bit and kisses the side of Valthor's cheek before heading in the back again.
My tail swells his tail as he leaves. I mean,
Phaedra just kind of smirks as like Peleus leaves and like looks over at Ralthor. So
Ratho's tongue is kind of poking out.
Things going well here, it looks like. Helping around. Are you going to be helping around the shop here for the day?
Probably for a while, yeah, until something important comes up.
About that, and she kind of like points. We were kind of talking about options with going forward, and she'll kind of like lean on the counter. You immediately came down here, but the group has decided we need to go and parlay with the giants.
Oh, that sounds fun. That always sounds like fun. Gotta love giants.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on it, but it's the only connection we really have between Galen and the gate and everything. So I just want to let you know so you could, I guess, spend some before we leave if you wanted to come with us or if you wanted to stay with Peleos, just let you know.
I mean, he's been working at this shop for quite some time now, I think. He should be fine. And there's always afterwards.
Yeah, just okay. And just, yeah, she just kind of like stammers just for a little bit and then just. But yeah, I'm here to pick up a commission from Peleos. He was, well, I don't know if it's done yet, but to pay for it at the very least, just in case. And she kind of like fiddles with her braid. Things go south with the giants. And I want to make sure he's paid.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think he's getting tea ready. Ralph kind of yells out to Peleos. Peleos, Phaedra wants to do a ting.
Peleos pokes his head out from the back of the shop. Oh?
She wants to pay for something. She's being very vague about it.
Don't worry, I know what that is.
I'm not being vague about it, Ralthor. You know what it is. You were helping me get stuff for it.
Ralthor grins.
Peleos kind of chuckles a little. Like, I'll be right out with your tea, and we can discuss price then. All right?
All right. And she just kind of sits and wait.
Ralthor feathered dusts, I guess. I don't actually know. Shit. I'm gonna put myself on push to talk because it's fucking hot.
God damn it, Fluffy.
Didn't. I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I saw the typing. I'm like, oh god, what is it?
I saw the typing and I was like, okay, I have a very good ideas what it could be.
Yeah. I was like, there's a chance he's going AFK or it's something punny. Punny.
Yeah.
Fucking one day, fucking Phaedra comes in, Ralph's wearing a maid outfit.
I would not.
Off as soon as she gets spotted.
I would imagine like she would walk in and see like the purple tiefling in the French maid outfit and just like lift a finger and kind of look around and then just slowly back out the door.
This is when we
Good times, good times.
fucking walk away.
Fuck this shit about.
Because she doesn't know what the other half of that equation looks like.
That's fair.
Curious, but minding privacy at the same time.
Does ever have a butler?
So tea just spilled all over my keyboard and my mouse.
Sorry about that. I was in the middle of calculating a price for somebody.
I have to go AFK because I need a towel.
Alright.
Shit.
Hairdryer.
Hairdryer.
Rice will also soak up all that.
Weed. I mean, what?
That probably would work.
You know, that's
But
fair.
sometimes like a waste of it, though.
Yeah, it would be a waste.
I mean,
Totally fair.
Unless you very much
So,
value
so
your
yeah,
lives.
you saw what I whispered to you, right?
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
welcome back. With
Yeah, it took me a minute to
now
figure out how to
no.
calculate how to make the roll for that, because I just have the what to what, and it's like that one is a little bit more confusing because it goes from that amount of digits to that amount of digits, so it makes it harder to make a roll.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a note on my sheet because that's what he's going to be working toward.
But yeah, at first I thought it was uncommon, then it says rare. I was like, whoops, no, that's a bit more. That adds one more dice to my roll. But okay, now I've lost my train of thought completely. What was that? Can you
Price.
Shuttle was asking about the price. God damn it! I could have sworn I'd written it down last time we were doing this, and now I have to find it again. One sec. Heavy, cloak,
The fucking handle of the mug just like snapped in my hand and the tea just went forward over my mouse and a third of my keyboard.
So what you're saying
What
is
kind of tea?
you rolled a critical fail for drinking.
My god, that actually
Apparently.
happens. I'm thinking that
Yeah.
those type of rolls are actually 1d100s or maybe even 1d1000s, and it takes a 1 to do that sort of thing.
Well, I rolled a fucking one because that sucked.
Exactly.
What kind of tea?
It was chai.
Chai flavored keyboard.
So now it's teetering on disaster.
God damn it!
It's almost as if you had a
Damn you,
tiefling in the
Fluffy.
room.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
cute. God damn it!
Oh.
Oh.
talking
It
about
had.
things-
Oh no!
What?
What?
It's my on the road notes, and it had something that I did. God damn.
Uh-oh.
Are they now tea colored, or did they get completely destroyed?
Part of it's.
Hairdryer.
Because I've ended up with stuff all over my notes, and once they dry out, all they turn into is interesting color on the page that I'm now looking at the notes on.
Yeah, it was just something I
Put the
wrote
paper
out.
in the oven.
What? I think that this one note that I can barely read in my own handwriting, it refers to it. It does not list a price. It just lists hours and difficulties, because it says something about magic item, and I think that's supposed to say Peleus, or either that it says papers, and I can't read it because I'm really bad at reading things. All I know is it's up on my on the road notes, and it's on a tag.
Well, she can just leave a sum of gold if you want, because she wants to make sure her accounts are in order. And I mean, you read. I
Yeah,
sent
I
you a
know.
message.
Oh, wait. When? How long ago was the message? Or is this the one that I did a sticky note on?
Yeah, in case I wasn't
Oh,
going to be here.
good. There we go. I can actually look it up.
The two things that I was wanting to do.
Oh, I see. It goes the first one first. Okay. Yeah, and apparently I did not put a marking down for the item itself because I'm not seeing it here.
It's okay. It's a +2 to AC, +2 to attack, and then the flourish enchant with the cherry blossoms on a.
Because I know we talked about this before, and I know I.
You never
Oh,
gave me
there
a
it is.
price
Found
or a
it.
time.
Never mind. I found
Okay.
it. It was further away than I thought. It was back in August.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
I knew that was one of those things that I thought I'd put a tag on, and I.
yeah. But we've never discussed time nor price.
That's because I was having difficulty finding. Okay, so now that I know that, +2 to AC, that's wow. That's going to be more expensive than I thought because both of those, it's basically adding two rare items together, but with the flourish. But this is at cost. This is more at cost. Paleos likes you guys. It's less than the market price because that's the market price, so that would be that and that. So it'd be the price of one rare item instead of two, which means I'm just basically rolling the same dice, and then I'll lower it.
And Paleos, of course. For you doing this, favor for me. If I find any interesting alchemical or herbs, anything along the way, I of course will bring them your way. Doing me this
He nods
favor.
a bit. He kind of goes over the figures in his head and lets out a long sigh. This will be taking time. I went over the materials needed and the time and effort and everything that'll take. This will cost 5,000 gold, shuttle. I mean, not shuttle. Sorry. This will cost 5,000 gold, Phaedra.
Phaedra pulls out her pouch and she will give Paleos 5,000.
He smiles gently.
I would rather this to. I know that you. It's only been a day, so I know that you haven't started on this, but I want to make sure you're taken care of for taking care of us. And she looks over at Biddy and Ralthor.
Yes, I know that if I'm successful with the enchantment, and I will be able to make more. Well, not exactly like. I mean, the special flourish. I would never. Even if I did make more, I would never put the special flourish on somebody else's thing. That's special to for your betrothed. But he lifts a finger. If I do manage to finish this project properly, I can probably make a great profit out of weapons like that. But of course, part of it is the nice craftsmanship. He thinks for a moment.
Phaedra blushes.
Yes. If, and again, that's a big if. It's been a while, but let's see. He kind of thinks about his timetables again. This should take a while. I don't have the shot. I mean, I turned into an apothecary, but
Phaedra just leans over and just puts a hand on his whenever he's flipping through the book. Take your time. We're about to leave to deal with a situation outside of the city with giants. You don't have to let me know. I just wanted to make sure you had your money now.
He glances briefly over towards Malthor, then he looks back at you. So that's mighty kind of you.
I will say this: if by chance something is to happen to me on this, please make sure this gets to Shiori.
He nods.
Thank you. Well, I guess we should probably head back for now. But thank you, Peleos, and sorry to interrupt your time, Ralthor. Biddy, did
That's
you
the
need
time.
anything?
There we go. I found the timing the timing list for creating magical items.
Ah, cool.
Okay, somebody with actual expertise. I'm going to knock that in half. Peleos has extra expertise. So he kind of like nods and thinks about it for a minute. Let's see. So that would be... He thinks about it for a minute and says, I think this will be a project of at least several months. He goes and looks at the calendar and starts nodding. Pull out my calendar information. 1 second. Alright. So, today is Fading 11. He says. Double checks his calendar. Yes. Fading 11. Hopefully I will have this done. Somewhere by maybe Hammer 10. Which will be, the beginning of next year.
And Fader would know the months. Is that like in
That's just over
real time?
Just over 3 months is what he's quoting.
Okay, cool. She nods. Excellent. And about that other venture, let's hope we all make it out of this situation all right. And I think it would be great to, go into business with you. I think I'd like that. And she smiles. All right. Ralthor, I don't know if you want to come back with us or spend the rest of the time with Peleos, but I think we should get heading back. Biddy, did you need anything? Or anything here?
So what's Peleus' store again? I've forgotten. It's been so long since
High
I've
on the
gone
wall?
to Peleus. Yeah, what?
It's called
Like
high.
what?
It's called High on the Wall.
Potions.
potion.
It's an apothecary.
Nah, I don't need anything.
All right. Well, thank you. And I'll be on the way. And she'll give a little bow and head on out.
Ralph will give a big hug to Peleos and give him a big kiss on the lips and a little slap with tail and
Oh, God.
be on his way with Phaedra and Biddy.
Peleus returns that. Oh, and then quickly runs back to the back, and then runs forward with basically with a cup of tea for Phaedra. Almost forgot this. You can keep you can return the cup when you return too.
Oh, sweet. Road tea. Thank you.
Road tea.
My favorite.
She just kind of like sips and like smiles and like cheerses as they walks out.
Road flavored.
Asphalt. Mm.
Nice taste of the road.
It is on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Roll credits.
On the road.
Yep.
We'll head back to the Windstar Manor.
Yep, back to the manor.
Back to the nice house that some of the PCs own. And what are the rest of you guys doing? I know what Will's been up to. Anyone else?
I mean, Gamel's probably, once he gets back, he's going to spend 2 hours putting that ritual in his in his book of tricks.
Fun.
It's fun. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
We all
What?
lose our memories. Well,
No, it's just unseen servant.
Invisible servant. What could possibly go wrong with that man?
the invisible servant somehow finds a way to see Charles. That could go wrong.
Maybe it is
Oh,
true.
I figured it is Charles. I was about to say the same thing. I said I figured the unseen servant is Charles.
We're all on the same page with that right now.
Oh god.
And well, sure, he's just in her room.
And I will be right back. I need to turn the laundry over.
I'm gonna put on another pot of tea because apparently I suck at drinking tea. So
Yeah.
We'll see
Don't
how-
put this one on the keyboard.
I will, Tobias, no guarantees. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna refill my cup.
Yeah, the other item I gotta work my way of getting money to get to that one. Don't worry, I'm gonna be helping Logan, and I'll be making money that way.
Wait, what? I don't know whether
Well, Gamma promised that he would, spread the word basically, and help you get your shows and some of that for part of the profit. So at some point, he's gonna be doing that.
when did we agree to that? I don't
That was
remember.
a while back because he said he could use like Skywrite and stuff like that. And you were getting him a suit at
Oh
one point.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, you're a manager now.
A momager.
I think it was only like asking for 10% of it, basically. Something minor.
You say that Logan Xbox, man.
Yeah, that's why he's like, even if it's 10%, that's still going to be a lot if he constantly is making money, and I don't really have to do much. Just hype up things. It's fine. And with Skywrite, you can definitely get people where you want them. And yeah. So I'm like, if I have this item, I'll have a 19 AC of Gamel.
My head has been stuck since yesterday's game, thinking about the taxidermy room.
Oh
Right.
boo-hoo, you guys got to the taxidermy room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're no longer in it, so we can tell you we found something in there.
I mean, for all we know,
That was my
you
next
could be
stop.
in there now.
That was gonna be my next stop, the taxidermy room.
Hmm? I mean, you could be there now.
What, as a
Back.
ghost?
No, as
As a ghost.
as a
Welcome back.
taxidermied human.
I have the pot on, so
E. Yeah, we think we found the seahorse.
Yeah.
The fact that you say you think you found
How do you?
it makes me
Yeah. How do you
didn't.
think you found the sewers? I would think sewers would be
It
quite
was
obvious.
yellow?
Yeah. It was yellow seahorse, and it was snake-like and maybe horse-like. But I couldn't remember. Neither one of us had the note with the picture on it, and I failed my intelligence check to remember it.
Well,
Mind you, I have a
yeah,
70
it's not
intelligence, or 70% chance to succeed, and I rolled a 98, which fails. I kept rolling high, and you want to roll low.
Oh, and I touched everything in the taxidermy room, and nothing happens. It's fine.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure something did.
No,
Whenever
I-
someone says that, something bad has happened.
I
Don't
poked
worry,
it.
he's just got a haunted dog chasing him.
Yeah,
Taking
nothing
1 point of damage every time it hits him.
Oh, did he do
You got a
a
hypodermic
full-on
needle in the
fucking-
ass.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do like a full-on fucking the new Annabelle movie
Yes.
stick thing? Oh my fucking god!
I got Annabelle
that
after
was
me.
stupid. Like, what the fuck? I hated that movie, man.
can't
I
watch it.
hated it. It was stupid as fuck.
It's worse, it's not even Annabelle. It's a fucking tiny little cloth doll that's the size of a rodent.
Yeah, it probably
Amazing.
looks like that doll from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
That
with a lamprey mouth, that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ohana Moon's fun.
Mm.
Yeah. and I'm like,
Sorry about that.
I was
Welcome
just
back.
concerned. It's fine.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Laundry
Well-
concerns.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Everything is better
I
now.
might have to go in about 2 more ish hours.
That's fine. I've got a lot of stuff. So like 2-3 hours. That sounds good to me.
I mean, I would have stayed longer, but somebody made plans for me to go to have breakfast at a certain time
Breakfast is a
before
good
they go
thing.
to school.
Ah.
AKA, that's my little sister.
Oh,
Um,
I know
definitely
the
little
type. Is it a forceful extrovert?
Aw.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yes, I'm going to go out and be social, and you're coming with me. No.
No, it's more
Like,
like
no.
it's free, and she wants
Ah,
to go, and she
it's
was like,
free.
"How about you come with me?" I don't know. I kind of want to sleep in. Nah, you're coming. You're
Yeah,
coming.
exactly.
I'm going to get mom to pick you up at the same
Extrovert.
time. Sisters, man, sisters.
I don't have any siblings. I always wanted siblings. Parents
I
didn't
got
want more
3.
than
Trust
I'm
me,
the
they're
youngest.
horrible. Unless you're not living with them, then
Yeah,
they're
see,
great.
see, my parents are the oldest of multiple siblings, so they were just fine with an only child.
I don't have any siblings either, Chris.
I always wanted a sibling, never got a sibling.
I wanted an older brother.
That's hard to get.
Yeah. Well, unless people
Gets
get
more
divorced.
Yeah,
five
it
years
is
later.
very-
Make me an older brother.
I
Go
always-
back in time.
Shut your face. I always just hung out with around a lot of guys growing up and everything, and I had a lot of like brother figures, but I
Surrogate
never
big
had.
brothers, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the one that used to bash up all the kids in the parking lot. Am I right?
Me? No, I got beat up. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, true. True. Okay, never mind then. I just thought, hanged around most of the boys, became one of the boys,
I know that feeling.
cracking open a cold one with the boys.
I'm allergic to hops, so this doesn't work for me.
Then-
I'm sorry, I'm Aussie. It kind of runs. Like, you could
Born
have
in
so
Austin.
many. My little sister can bash me, just do one single punch and it hurts. And I'm older than her. Like a full 6 years older than her. Like, goddamn. She can be a bitch sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Alright. So, is everyone back?
I think
I
so.
think so.
I think so.
Yes.
Alright, so.
Baby.
I can.
I'm just waiting for the kettle, but I'm
Okay,
back.
so are you guys all headed back to the Windstar, including Logan?
Sure.
What about Rhiannon? Is Rhiannon staying where she is, or is she heading back there too?
She finished cause she was doing research on the planes and stuff, and just doing some. Now that she had more focus, on what she needed to learn more about, she would read up on their what they had there at the House of Knowledge, and then
I'm trying
she'd
to,
probably
trying to remember. Did when the Giants came through? Because I can't remember if I said this detail or not. Did you guys receive an item from the party, or did they, or did Gary and Aki and Avery and such keep an item?
What do you mean item?
When
I
they came
guess
back
not.
from the Giants, did they say they got something, or did they just say they talked to the Fire Giants? I can't remember which.
They just said they talked, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
I
no.
don't think you told us we got an item.
Okay, no, I think it's possible that they might have, but they were distracted by the mourning the deaths of Beth and and Grace.
No. Lies. This item will teleport you and... Yeah, we
Good,
got an item.
Good.
I have it
did,
in my notes.
So I did say that you guys got the conch. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what so?
Sorry,
Yeah, I just couldn't remember for sure. I was like, did they get the
To
conch?
be
or not
honest,
they?
got a lot going on here, Grizz. It's hard
Exactly.
to filter through all the goddamn notes.
Exactly, even for me. And I'm like, okay, and I'm the one running this game. It's because we're like, I'm only sort of semi-tangentially running one campaign, and then we keep diving into another part of the campaign module, and then we keep diving into another campaign module, plus a lot of, homebrew stuff and, my own campaign stuff, and it's all in one campaign.
Yeah, Gary is given the artifact to teleport us to the ship, and we're supposed to meet with Duke Zalto, head of the Fire Giant.
No, he met with Duke Zolsol, the head of the Fire Giants.
Well, whatever.
Either way, we have the item.
We have the item. Anyway, so she's the only thing she would do before she would head back to the manor is she would want to check in with one of the high clerics priests and see if there's any connection with Denier, because she's still curious, like, what the fuck's going on, and seeing if it's on a larger
in regards
level.
to what? Just curious. Is to, you said connection to Denier. Connection meaning what? What are you trying to connect to Denier?
Is anybody else experiencing loss of divine power? Is anybody else having trouble connecting to?
And as mentioned, I think they once again refer to the Allfather of the Giants, who seems to have gone missing, which has caused the shattering of the ordering. And there seems to be a dip in power, just like with Denier, to Bahamut, which happened prior to Denier.
Okay, so it is because whenever she was in the temple, whenever that happened, nobody had experienced anything. So
Correct.
now it's becoming a little bit more.
Right.
Okay,
it seems
that's
to be...
what she's just verifying. Okay, she'll head back afterwards and.
Hold on,
that's
reloading something. Alright. Yeah, so Rhiannon finds that information out, that people are definitely feeling some effects of issues with Denier as well. And you guys are all heading back. Now, is there any of you that the trees have not met yet?
Oh God.
Logan.
No, Logan, the trees met.
I think I've met the trees.
And
Maybe, possibly.
did anyone remember if Aki came back with you? Because I know Avery,
I
Gary,
think so.
and Bob didn't, but I think Aki came back with you?
I think so, because he's
Yeah, I
kind
think
of stuck
so.
with Rhiannon.
Yeah, I think so, which means he would have...
Gone to the temple with her.
Yeah, I just didn't
think he
have him
did.
sitting out and never...
I think he did.
I didn't think
I
I
think he
put
did.
his token down in Neverwinter, so it made me not remember if he came back or not.
I have a feeling I forgot to turn the damn kettle on. I'll be right back.
You rolled a critical fail on turning the kettle on.
Be nice!
Imagine if everything was literally a roll.
How do you know it isn't?
I would have died.
I don't like that.
I would have died.
I would die.
Except.
I go to cook dinner and someone finds me a week later with my head stuck in the oven.
Okay, I come back and I know y'all are making fun of me.
No.
No,
Like,
fine.
the whole thing would be a roll, or Quentin would be dead.
Hey!
This would be my fifth character.
Quinn doesn't die necessarily because of bad rolls, he dies because of bad choices.
Well, okay.
Thank you,
Now you're
Chris.
deaf right now.
So instead of rolling bad, I'm just stupid. Okay, I get it.
Oh, oh,
Okay.
Quentin.
Oh, poor Quentin.
Dude, I didn't mean it that way.
No,
Chris, now you have to
yeah,
give
yeah, sure. Chris, that's what's it called?
right there. I just failed on diplomacy or
Hey.
persuasion or charisma or whatever you want to say.
Chris, you don't have to lie. That was a Freudian slip. I know it.
Oh, lordy lord. Back to the game, shall we?
Oh, that's right. Beast didn't come back with you, did he? Or did he? Hold on.
Beast is there. Everyone picked them.
Everybody came.
Oh yeah,
The only except for Bob didn't come.
yeah. But
Why
this Bob, Avery, and Gary, they all stayed behind in the Weeping Angel.
Should I bring Logan or Beast? Because Logan's gonna be more diplomatic, but Beast can hit hard. If I bring Beast, Quincy's gonna die. Can I bring both?
So as you guys get back, you see the armored figure of Shrun kind of coming forward, which of course the trees do not know. So the trees just see a strange armored figure coming up the walkway.
The moment Will sees any of them like shift, he's like, no. Don't, no smash.
The armored figure just kind of seems to be gazing back and forth at the group of them.
Wait until they're in range.
And it seems to be holding something in a hand that's glowing.
A cat jumps down from the tree and moves up behind the armored figure.
Alright. The armored figure knocks on the door.
Because he's kind of up there, he would just kind of come on down because he's the nearest one. He was just up on the balcony. Yes, Jim Branson.
And you see the armored figure of Strun in front of you.
Ah, it's you.
And kind of looks down at the thing and looks back at you. I take it this is where you guys are.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I have readings that say that something that I've been looking for is here. And Raptor,
everyone
that's a
wants
her.
me.
Strun's a her.
Yes, I know. I'm irresistible.
No, it's not you.
It's me, Logan. I know the ladies like me.
May I come in?
For now.
The armored
Unless
figure
others have an issue.
heads in through the door. The trees or the cat do anything?
The cat walks in.
The cat is under your control if you see the cat.
The cat and I share a telepathic link.
No, I mean, literally, the cat token is under your control.
Oh, there's a cat token.
Yeah, it's a really tiny
Yes,
token.
very small.
It's extremely tiny. It's
Where is it?
currently almost behind the...
Parentheses.
It's almost directly behind the
Oh,
armored
there it
figure.
is. Fuck.
Oh my god! I got the one spot on my monitor. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a dead pixel.
I was like, oh god. I was like, oh god, I need to fix this. And then I zoomed in. It's like, oh wait, there's a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a cat now whining around the place.
There
Strahd
was
heads
already
in,
a cat.
follows after, looks at this blinking thing in her hand and starts heading this way,
He's following.
right up the stairs. Are the rest of you guys
Cat
just
is following.
out in the courtyard? Should
No,
probably-
Fader's doing the thing.
Okay. Well, those of you out in the courtyard would hear a thump, 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 thump as something heavy in armor starts walking up the stairs.
Biddy goes to investigate.
We just see
Around
Jim
here.
I
Franson
will
following.
grapple.
Biddy just follows Camille because
So is Phaedra actually hanging out in the hallway like that?
She's waiting to go into Sherry's room. So yeah, she's.
Yeah. Strong keeps looking down at the glowing thing, looks back up, sees Phaedra standing there, and says, "What I'm looking for is right around here.
What are you looking for?
Something I've been looking for a long time.
And that would be.
Let's see, how best to describe it. She kind of starts gesturing in the air and says, "It's a crystal of sorts. Probably
Oh,
has
that thing.
other crystals coming off of it, possibly glowing."
Oh, yeah, we have it in here.
Oh, good. I kind of
What is it?
figured you might
Bless you.
since you were here, and I'm getting the signals from here.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. She'll knock on the door.
Come in.
Sorry.
Oops.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ah,
Hello.
You're knocking on the door, so I was moving you in front of the door.
Sorry to bother. Here. Just right in here, and she'll lead her into the room and to the closet where it's kept.
The cat jumps up on the windowsill.
It's a
Yeah,
nice
kinda
it's a
watching.
nice fluffy cat.
It scratches at the window.
Scratch, 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 scratch. It goes over and just looks at the thing that you guys got stashed in there.
So you've
kinda
been
kneels
looking for
down.
this for a while, you said.
Yes. Been receiving vague signals from this world, but I failed to find it the first time, so I kind of knew that something was there, but this world was so big, there was no way of finding it without an actual source. And then when I came by to drop you off, I realized that I was actually getting a more distinct signal, and it was coming right from this city.
Well, originally we found it in a temple of Orcus in the Chasm district here. It was on top of an altar with some sort of gear apparatus imprint in it, and had all sorts of vines crawling out of it, especially if you use magic around.
Yeah, she kind of nods. That makes sense.
what does it do?
Yeah.
It's a piece of her.
Of the creature.
Yes.
Well, I guess it would be good to let you know that we ran into her as well. Whenever we
Don't realize
came
it.
across this crystal, there were a bunch of portals that opened up, and yeah, she came out and tried to take some of us with her, I guess, back.
From what I know, that seems about right. This is one of those things where, it's needed to be contained before, but that was back in the day, before she got trapped in the mirror.
How did she get out?
Well, she was always trapped somewhere. It was just not in the mirror before. It was more of a stasis, from what I understand from the literature. It's very hard to explain, especially since this place is quite different from what it used to be, from what she used to be trapped near. But she would always get pushed out before a rip in the fabric of the universe, or at least that's what it was referred to as back in the day. It was what from your perspective, it would be the abyss tunneling into the material plane, as you call it. Um,
A rip.
yes, and she would get pushed out beforehand, and sometimes she would be crazy, sometimes she'd be more sane. It depends on if she experienced the passage of time or not, really, or how much she suffered being pushed out and pulled in.
Phaedra looks over just to Gamil and then over his shoulder to Shiori and then back to the figure. The day before we found this crystal, we think there might have been some sort of a rip. And that would explain why she showed up.
And, Strawn nods a bit. I'm not sure how the physics exactly affect it here in this. Inside the. She kind of thinks for a moment. Even after 20 years, it's hard for me to come up with an adequate explanation. I keep wanting to think of it as a bell jar, but that's not exactly accurate. And to you guys, this is a lot of space. Vast and limitless, I imagine. But, to me, this is a very enclosed area. But, yes, I don't know how that affects her showing up here or not. I just know that she hasn't appeared beyond the, and she thinks again. I guess bell jar is a really good explanation. Outside the bell jar and what we term 2 million years.
Wait, what?
She kind of waves her hand away. I imagine time runs differently in here, or you have different terms. I don't know how old this particular world is that I'm currently standing on. I just know that physics and even in the material plane is working oddly. She kind of puts away the instrument that was glowing and pulls out 2 other stranger instruments and, hovers them outside, just, an inch away from the strange structure. There seems to be a glow and this weird bubble forms around it.
So you can protect yourself, I imagine.
Yes, and to transport it much more easily. I wouldn't suggest keeping that here.
No, we just kind of put it there to hide it so no one else could touch it.
I take it you haven't seen the other 2.
Oh, good, there's more.
No, we have not.
There should be at least 3. Be 3, and at least that was back in the day. Maybe it doesn't work like that anymore. But from what I understand, the this gate thing is here on this world. Yes.
She'll nod. Yes.
So I imagine that the others are here on this world too. I imagine that she is probably tied to the gate, and these crystals are tied to her. And if the gate's here, then the aspects of her are slipping through, and she might actually get pulled out for a time. Who knows? I don't know how that works here in the bell jar, but where I come from, she would be usually around for years, enough time to do something about it, if assuming that she was sane, or be contained if she was crazy.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question, and it's just what I do. Why don't we just kill her?
Shun kind of turns and looks at her. Because she can't actually be killed. It's been done before. Sometimes the people around do kill her, as you say. She just comes back again eventually, and in the meantime, other forces reign unchecked. Typically, it's been said that when there's actually a record of it, usually isn't, because whatever times this has happened, I imagine that the world immediately has been destroyed, essentially. Okay, she kind of claps her hands together. Uh, there are a lot of worlds outside the bell jar, and it used to be, back before the chaoses were sealed away, that periodically a portal, sorry, a rip to the abyss, or a portal, or just a tear in the fabric of space time to the abyss would drown out a world. Before this happened, sometimes years before, depending, she would get pushed through into that world. Sometimes she would, attempt to warn them. Other times she would just be crazy and not remember anything of what was going on. The last time this happened, and I remember this because I was there, she had time to actually warn people about what was going on, and she was actually kept around for a lot longer than usual, because it was finally decided that the Chaos Gods were causing far more. The Chaoses were causing far more destructiveness. They had created something new that was, which they usually don't. Chaoses they don't create, but something new had formed out of their madness, and it was destroying things at an unprecedented level, tearing worlds apart. That even the demons were no longer caring about the rips that were being caused by, whenever she reappeared. They were already feasting on things, but even they were suffering losses at the hands of the creatures that had come into existence because of these chaoses. It's
Creatures.
hard to explain. Other kind of creatures. We used to call them death dragons.
Ah.
Death dragons? Excuse me?
They don't look
Yes,
anything
hard
like
hearing.
like what you understand of dragons. We kind of determined dragon. We had different terms for things, but they would float in the air. They would radiate fire. They wouldn't look anything really animalistic. In fact, they look more like plants. To be honest, they looked like giant flowers that spewed fire and had mouths full of teeth that floated through air and destroyed things.
I think I've seen those before. Or I was really, really high.
Fader just looks at Gamil, just with concern and fear in her eyes.
But Shrine kind of looks back.
I might have been high.
And it says, but the last time, that's when the Alliance formed and fought back against the Chaos Gods and against these Death Dragons, and finally sought to seal away the Chaoses before they could collapse all the planes together.
And that's what led to the creation of the Feywild. Correct?
Yes, and the Bell Jar, which sealed the Feywild away, and apparently parts of the material plane and parts of the other planes and parts of the abyss, and sealed away the queen of the demons, from what I understand. But because of that, it also sealed her away, and she kind of gestures towards the crystal. I've only been working things out for the last 20 years in this world, and apparently some of that, it's just very confusing to me.
Well, you seem to have a better grasp on it than we do, friend.
Well, a lot of that stuff is probably meaningless to you from your point of view.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Oh?
No. I don't have a grasp on time, really. I don't have a grasp on much anything past my shield, but I do know it just seems like things are repeating. So I do think what you say has hold here.
She nods.
Gamma kind of leaned back while he's going to.
It is
Well,
possible,
let's read
she says, that the bell jar might actually break open if the gate were to be opened. But I'm not sure. I don't know if that'll happen, or if it'll simply, possibly release the Demon Queen. Possibly it'll do something else. I don't know.
Hmm.
Well, what would you, what are you going to do with this crystal now? Take it back to the Nexus?
Yes, I'm gonna take it back with me, unless you were going to stop me for it.
Hmm. She's not very insightful, but I mean, just for funsies, she wants to make sure that this is actually who they say they are, and make sure it's not some fucking person working for Galen.
What?
So could she do an insight or something? I don't know.
Why couldn't you guys do this at the start? Like, honestly?
Because Fader was up here and y'all came to her.
Yeah. Could we
Yeah.
roll an insight as well?
Anybody who's there can roll an insight, which is Galmil, Phaedra, and maybe Biddy. Possibly
Well,
Shiori.
Will-
Oh, sorry, no, Biddy's not in that room.
Will
So,
is
But he's-
listening for the catch.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but he's listening, but not looking. So
yeah. Yeah, Biddy would be at a disadvantage because he's in another room.
disadvantage. That's good enough for me.
Still a roll.
Still better than Galmiel.
Oh yeah, Galen's got a +1 though. He's a madman.
Yeah, she seems pretty honest and forthright about this. And she's definitely
So-
talking about personal experiences.
So you know, I'm just gonna go shoot for the moon here. You know how like animals have like a sense of good and bad people. Like, you know, you bring over your boyfriend and your dog just really doesn't like them. Like they can just
Oh
tell
yeah,
they're just
yeah.
like a
Then
shit
it's like
person.
dump the boyfriend, keep the dog.
Could I do a wisdom check on Cinder just to see if she can get a reading on this bitch?
Sure.
Okay.
Shrun's like, you're calling her a bitch? That's mean.
Oh!
Shrun's definitely,
Wow.
especially because Shrun would probably bite your ankle for calling Shrun. Sorry.
I mean, no,
Cinder
I'm
would
just saying.
probably bite your ankle for calling Shrun a bitch, just because that's a really mean thing to say about someone like Shrun.
It's a colloquial, like just a term. The woman that's in front of them.
I know. It's just
Cats
that
do that as well.
my point is that's usually a
That's
big
fair.
insult from where I'm at.
Cats are actually more protective than people take them to be.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you can see it, but it's a natural 20.
I see it.
21.
That's what I said. I said
Oh,
that
okay.
roll, Cinder would have been biting your ankle for insulting Strun
Oh,
by calling
yeah.
her a bitch.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I
I thought you said Strun was gonna bite Phaedra on
No,
the
I meant
ankle,
to
and I
say
was
Cinder.
confused.
I meant to say Cinder.
Yeah, yeah.
No. My point is that's a huge
Yeah.
insult where I'm from. So
Okay, so Cinder doesn't get a read. Okay, cool.
no. Cinder would say that this is but Cinder would probably be rubbing against Strun's legs and wanting to be picked up and petted, or fly up to her arms to be petted if she wasn't currently holding.
Yeah.
Cinder's happy.
Cinder is currently with Shiori, but she's just like looking on the bed, I guess. But good to know. I'm not gonna stop you, friend. Do what you need to with that. Any idea where these other two may be on this world?
I don't know. That is a good question.
All right.
Strun has now acquired that thing. Excellent.
Also, another thing. If she did tell us where the other two were, do you really think that we need more on our plate?
You're not here right now. Shush.
Okay, sorry. I'll stay muted, okay? I'll be a mute for tag.
Oh, I'm getting
You're
greedy.
eating food.
I would much rather have more on
I
our.
was eating food.
I would much rather
wait.
have more on our plate than miss an opportunity to get information from an NPC. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
No problem. Also, Ralph gonna sneak in and try and
Try and what?
Ralph's going to stealth up, go in there, steal some food.
Ralph's trying to just grab some food from the kitchen.
You don't need to steal
He's
food.
hungry.
The kitchen is open to you.
Not really. Every single time when we went in to get something to eat, they're like, "Oh, just go to the dining room. Just go to the dining room."
Because they'll be willing to feed you anything you want. The servants are willing to serve you.
But I mean,
But you want to steal food even if you don't have to. Okay.
yes,
Alright, make your stealth roll and your sleight of hand check.
yeah.
Remember, Grizz, it's
First roll.
this group. We're always like this.
Stealth.
Doing
stealth.
useless things because we can.
Oh
Yay, nobody sees you take a sandwich off the counter.
I take 3.
There's only one prepared. It's a nice ham
I
and
wait
cheese.
for another one to be prepared, and then take that one and wait for them to make another one. So they're always constantly thinking, "Did I make a sandwich or not?"
Anyway,
You know,
Ralthor got a Ralthor.
that's fair.
Anyway, so GM question: what are you guys' current levels again?
18.
7 or 6, I think. Except for
I think I'm
Faber,
eight.
who's...
I'm
What?
8.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm low
I'm 8.
level. I'm low level. My high is 7, I think, yeah.
Fader is 9, Rhiannon's 8, Talon I think is 4.
Biddy's
The
technically
only
7.
reason why I'm 8 is because I've got a level in Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Yep.
Because I gained memories back.
Heinz
and
is
shit.
6.
Jury is 7, Gamma is 6, and Grick is 5.
James is also 6.
So I'm probably gonna need at least 1 or 2 more people to be level 9 before I can, in good conscience, rush you on to the with that conch that you have.
I mean, you could always just...
Dibs.
We're gonna have to give you something else, another situation here. Well, that's my job as a GM now, isn't it?
Really, Grizz, we have a bunch of situations. Don't add a new one, please.
have
Just
too
pick
many,
from
but-
one.
I don't...
Like, for real.
I'm pretty sure I know I have forgotten some of the situations, Chris.
That's a,
We have that many that
fair.
we've forgotten.
Out of character, it seemed like you were pushing us towards, like, giants.
No,
so,
no, I was, no, it's, sorry, I'm basically, I think I was mentioning it at some point, basically just trying to remind you that there is a situation going on in the backdrop, just so that, you don't forget about it. Sometimes
well,
my,
everything else we've explored is... No, I'm just being honest. It dead ends everywhere. There's nowhere for us else to explore except for the giants, right?
I mean, it's the giants or the cultists, but we have no idea where the cultists are. The only
Well-
thing we know is that they're all
And the
strong.
cultists, they did the cloud, didn't the storm.
Yeah, that's all we know.
sorry, I've just, no, I've just realized I painted myself into a corner here.
Blue screen.
And I can't think when you guys are talking.
Winning baseball death.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just that I hate when that happens. It's like my brain just suddenly went bip on something, and this is why I hate experience points these days. I'm never doing experience points ever again. I'm going to be doing purely milestones
Milestone.
from now on because I cannot stand experience points. But
Makes it
no,
easier.
there are other things that you guys do have on your plates that you haven't gone back for. For example, wait, yes, GM. That's not actually my reason to remind you of that, because that's stuff that you could forget in character quite easily. Never mind. Nah, I'll make it work. If that's where you want to go, that's where you want to go. I'm just trying to figure
Let's
out.
rush the giants.
Gamma's just gonna, like, just...
But
Yeah, he's walking out because he's done with this. He's gonna kind of just.
Hey, look, if we all die, we can start a new campaign where we don't use experience points and just have one plot thread that we can easily follow.
I hate one plot track. It's boring.
These things are boring, though. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Let's,
Yeah.
and remember,
I say,
remember, Quentin,
let's go and do the impossible and gain 5 levels.
like Quentin, remember, this group loves to derail everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Hey,
You have
but,
to remember that.
Certain people.
I mean, I'm
No,
not
no, no.
gonna claim
This
I'm
group.
not part of the problem, but I mean, I am.
So Strawn is basically gonna be looking at you guys and saying, "I'm just curious, but why didn't you want to help out at the Nexus?"
Help them out with what?
Oh, they have
I have no idea.
they have various things. I'm just curious as to why, with all the stuff going on, that you have no interest in exploring, other worlds.
Because there's problems going on with this world.
There's always problems going on with every world.
I mean,
Fair.
We
We
could
exist.
just hop to a problemless world, then all problems are solved.
Oh yeah, just homeless people. Why don't you get a house? Fucking people in Africa. Why don't you just drink the water? Like, come on. There's always going to be issues, no matter where you go.
Exactly.
Well,
I guess to answer that question, son, why should we? We want to protect this one. It's
Strawn
ours.
nods. Fair enough.
Even if there's nothing but trouble. Shut up, Shirai. Just pat her shoulder and walk out.
Yeah, Strawn just kind of wanders off.
Fader
I'm
will
gonna keep
walk
her
over.
token on the one corner of the board to visually show that she's not actually here. I just don't feel like, deleting and re-putting her token in.
But yeah, well, no, I don't trust that because some cats, they may look like that they want pats, but then they'll start attacking you.
yeah, it's a 50-50 chance. Like, we have to take it though.
Pat goes to pat the cat, rolls for initiative.
Isn't that always when you try to pat a cat?
True.
It's like stretch out your hand, roll for initiative.
Turns into the thing from fucking Blade.
Yeah, it curls around and starts biting your hand.
Guys, guess what?
Yeah, basically, one of the reasons why I was a little hesitant on that is because I was pushing you on that because I figured it was going to take place after the situation that was going to happen in a few days. But you guys decided to do something else, which of course always happens. And any game you play, it's like, yeah, you can't plan for that sort of thing. But,
Guess what? My kitten right now is playing with its Christmas present that I got for her. The
Aw.
only Christmas present that I got for her.
Christmas has already been. How long did I see that? What year is it?
Too long, Tobias. Too long.
2 years, Tobias. That's why your beard is now down past your chest.
Ah, fuck! I could see myself actually sleep for 2 years.
You know,
It's called a coma.
It is
Don't we always take a coma every night? I do.
Yes, I'm gonna take coma. Coma and coma beard.
Coma, 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 sleep for more.
Was that supposed to be too like comma chameleon?
Yes.
I've actually heard it that way
Oh.
before. I used to think it was coma in that song.
Okay, so the toy thing is basically a donut shaped with a hole in the middle, and inside where the donut would be, it's a little bit hollowed out, so there's a little tiny ball with a bell inside of it that it can
Take a picture.
whack and it goes around in circles. Oh, I want to, but if I get up, I might scare the cat, and I
Okay.
don't want that.
So, Ralthor, since you're still in the kitchen, collecting
Nom, nom,
sandwiches, you start to see things moving on their own,
nom.
floating through the air. A piece of bread, a bit of cheese, a knife.
Nom. So just bread, cheese, and knives?
In the middle of the air, a sandwich starts to form out of this.
Are they looking?
No, the people in the kitchen are not looking at this. Just you.
I will take another sandwich and eat this magical sandwich that has just been prepared. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
I mean, the sandwich was just made for me, right?
Cans and bottles start floating through the air. The servants in the kitchen start looking around, going, "What the?"
Rafa's not here right now.
Rafa's not here right now.
This seems like a savage issue. I just took the sandwich, so... I currently have, like, what? 3 sandwiches and... No, 2.5 sandwiches and now another full sandwich. That's somehow...
This is a
magical.
cheese sandwich.
Just cheese... It's still a sandwich that's magical.
Still a sandwich that's magical.
How much would a magical sandwich cost?
Something touches your ear.
Oh shit. I got it.
Hi.
Ralph will not move. Ralph is just gonna think that that's normal. It's just the wind.
It's just
the wind.
just the wind.
Your tail starts to feel warm and wet.
Okay, who's slobbering all over my tail?
Apparently, your tail
Ralph
got
looks.
your tail is currently the base of your tail. Sorry, the bottom of your tail is currently resting in a pot of boiling water.
He's gonna do like the full-on fucking cartoon jump into the air, going. Yow!
I like how Benny's right around the corner.
I have now broken from stealth and now on the table.
McVitie's just walking around at the moment.
And Biddy just sees Valthor jump on the table.
It's just looks at Ralph for a second. It's just like, okay. Continues to walk away.
The
Oh,
are back
what?
in the kitchen.
What is it, Ralph? For?
A teacup suddenly vibrates in the air and starts dancing about.
That
You see, Ralph? Not my problem.
A knife suddenly follows Biddy out of the room.
now it's your problem. Haha.
I'll just grab the knife. Screw it. Mhm.
Make a
It's a
dexterity
knife.
saving throw. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw.
Don't worry, they only have 2 strength.
The knife goes through your palm.
Ow.
You take one you take 1 point of damage. But you
Still
have the
not your
knife.
problem, Benny?
Yes, it's still not my problem. I have the knife. And just walks off.
You hear a jangling sound.
Not my problem. Walking away.
It follows you into the next room. The jangling sound just continues.
Not my problem. Continuing to walk around the house.
Jangle, 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 jangle. It's directly behind you this entire time.
Not my
And
problem.
nothing happening in the kitchen now?
The kitchen is currently at peace. Whatever it is, it's following Biddy.
Okay, Ralph's gotta go hide in a guest room.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Not my problem.
Then follows Biddy up the stairs. Jingle, 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 jingle.
Not my
Gandalf's
problem.
cackling.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Still not my problem. I don't care what it is.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
I'm just gonna peek around a corner as he hears a jingling.
You
But
see
he's just calmly walking.
You see Biddy with a string tied to his tail, and at the end of that string is a bunch of empty cans jingling together.
How does something... Wouldn't I notice that something's wrapped around my leg?
It's around your tail, and no, you got distracted.
Was
by
I not...
You got distracted by the pain of having your hand skewered by a knife.
I'd still feel the...
Said it wasn't your problem. You were busy walking away.
I still feel it though.
Your tail isn't all that
Yeah.
sensitive.
Close the door.
And you now see that your tail has cans dripping from it.
String off.
Ah, that was fun.
And just... Not my problem, really. I don't care.
That'll work. That'll do.
Phaedra, roll a. Actually, no, Phaedra, your perception check is 21. Passive, right?
Yes.
So you heard the jingling even from inside your room, and you hear Galmil laughing from in the corridor.
You know, not phased at all at this point, to be honest. She's more concerned on other things.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna dismiss the unseen servant and go back to. Now he's had his fun.
That was brilliant, Galmil. That was brilliant.
No, that was beautiful.
Ralph's now locked in the closet eating his sandwiches.
He's hiding in the closet. It's like
Shame eating?
more like fear eating. I like how he's gone to like another room. Not even his room. That he's using. He went to a different room's closet. That's funny.
So, Quentin, what are you up to with your characters?
They're just out. Beast is walking Quincy around, and Logan just is hanging in the lounge area, chatting to his common maid person.
Okay. Will, what? Oh, Will's. Good. Will, you're back.
Hello!
What would you like to do?
Just sit with my eyes closed, relaxing in a tree.
Okay.
Yes, he's gonna relax with Keanu Reeves and his buddies.
No, he's on top of Elmer at the moment.
Yeah, can't you tell the difference? Wow,
Fucking racist.
fucking rude. I think that as I'm doing this, like, I am blind and deaf.
Well, if you're listening inside the cat, you probably heard the jingling from down the hall.
Ooh, jingles. The cat bounces off. Jingles.
I love that. Ooh,
Jingles.
Point,
And
Oh
you
my
heard
God,
you
that thing
heard
is
it
so
go into
tough.
that room.
Jingles. Scratches at door. Jingles.
Biddy, there's currently something scratching at your door and meowing.
What?
Not my
Open,
problem.
opens the door.
Goes in. Goes to. Says for jingles.
There's a bunch of cans on a string.
That's it.
Then he's just gonna watch the cat. Just to see what it does.
That's the jingles, and as the cat continues doing that, Will just sighs and just go, hell. He's so
Rhiannon,
distracted.
Rhiannon looks down from like punching and hears like Will up in the tree.
Oh, hi, Rhiannon.
Are you still blind?
No, not anymore. I stopped
Okay.
focusing.
Hey, what are you doing up there?
Resting?
No, you said something about jingles. What?
No, I didn't say anything about jingles.
I
Will
swear.
wouldn't say anything. Will
Oh,
wouldn't say it out loud because he's not a cat.
I mean, right now he's not a cat.
You could become a cat.
Wait, does that mean the cat said, "Oh, it's just"?
The cat did not say it; it thought it.
Oh,
Just more like excited jingle.
Will has no control over the cat.
It's a willful familiar.
Yeah, she's just down there like working on her form and different poses and stances, kind of very Tai Chi.
And your raven is watching you from one of the trees.
And the trees are trying to imitate you.
Yes. I imagine like Karate Kid style.
I was more
Crane
thinking.
kicks.
I was more thinking like Master Splinter imitating the ninjutsu master. Well, he's
That
just
works,
a simple little rat.
That works.
We'll make a man out of these trees.
Mulan style. So yeah, she's just
now
doing her
make a
thing.
tree out of
Oh,
The
goodness.
live action Mulan movie is coming out, and I want to watch that. When is that coming out?
Rhiannon will say to Will, do you have any insight as to what's going on with all this?
You're talking about the crystal, the nexus, the giants, the storm,
I guess that's fair.
the dickhead gods.
Yeah, that one. Dickhead gods. Any insight?
No clue.
Cool. And she shrugs and just goes back to her poses.
Sorry. Wish I had more.
I figured I'd ask. I hadn't asked you. You've no stone unturned, right?
Hey, leave those stones unturned. They've been there longer than you have.
I feel like I missed an opportunity for a pun with so many trees around and the leaf.
Hey. No puns. They're mine.
I'm sorry.
How about you just leave the
I'm
puns
sorry.
alone?
Just think no.
Yeah, and she'll just go back to her stances.
What? Oh, Mulan. Okay. Alright, so what about the rest of the Windstars? Adler, Viren,
Adler and Verna just talk to each other.
and what about Fawn? What's Fawn up to?
What he was up to,
Shady Biz.
have been up to for a while. More research on architecture and all that.
You know, Shady Biz has gone missing.
No, it's got mad biz.
Maybe that's what we do. We go find fucking James.
Yeah, he's been missing for a bit.
A bit.
Mm-hmm.
How do
About
we
a
even
week.
find James? Or at
Oh,
least
that's
even-
right. It's actually fading 12. I
Wet
forgot about
stuff.
that. Sorry, guys.
Did it, Chris? Did it finally happen?
No, one more day.
God.
Alright, guys, let's leave town.
So what are we doing right now? Are we going back to the Nexus? giants?
I mean, our plan was giants, was it not?
Yeah,
Yes.
we got big plans for the giants.
I mean, that's what we decided. And then it was suggested that we're not high enough level. So I don't.
Who cares about suggestions?
Well, yeah,
That's
you
fair.
can always do what you guys want. It's just that I was like looking at it and going and kind of like going, I don't really want to kill you guys off because you guys are certain things, but I have no way of preventing you from going there.
Don't worry, we'll kill the giants. We're gonna be fine.
Oh,
I mean,
you're not there to kill them.
we could
That-
try
that
and
would
find
kill all of you.
James. That's a fair enough
Yeah,
task.
that is fair.
But how are you going to think of that in character since your characters currently are interested in using that conch?
To be. That's true.
Just fucking
I mean,
use
because
it.
Phaedra was. Yeah. Phaedra was concerned where James is asked Beast to talk to James and try to figure out, make sure that they were okay.
Everything's
But,
fine.
I mean,
Don't worry about it. She's fine.
like, I'm gonna believe you.
I mean, you believe me or don't. That's like all the information you're gonna get.
I know.
Hmm.
But, I mean, yeah. It's, from a character standpoint, I mean, Phaedra and Rhiannon have their reasons for wanting to choose certain things. So I guess it's from a character standpoint where you guys would want to go. So it just depends.
So basically, you want a group meeting at some point.
Let's do a group reading right now. Group meeting, guys. Let's decide on something and go somewhere today.
Yeah, so I think Aki, once it gets to the evening, dinner time, will, ask you guys to come to a discussion.
Can Phaedra do her thing before the meeting?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were doing. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't sent you anything. I haven't said anything.
Because I thought you said you were, and that's why you were in there with Shiori, and then...
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I haven't said anything.
Alright, well, go ahead.
Phaedra will walk up over to Shiori and notice that her katana is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you take your katana off? Where did it go?
That's where it comes from.
Well, we're gonna be leaving soon. I think. I don't know. I wanted to see if I could see it just for a moment and sharpen it for you.
She resummons it. And holds it out to you.
Thank you. I won't bother you. I'll let you be. But I'll just be in the other room. And she's going to take the katana and she will go over here. And she's going to sit down with it. And she'll sit cross-legged and she'll pull it out of the sheath and pull out a whetstone and a rag, and she will just start sharpening the katana, and she's going to start trying to commune with Hyul. And she's going to say, "Hey, old man. How you doing? I don't know how she already does this whenever she talks to you. But she needs your help. I know I told you that I'd always look after her. You know my feelings for her. But I also know that it's whenever you're just not enough for them. Well, not enough. And that's not the right words. I don't know. She needs your help and your guidance more than I can give. I think the constant dead ends with Cole, I think she feels I know she feels so much, she feels defeated, and I fear she's giving up. And I don't know what more I can do. I can be there for her and listen to her and love her as much as I do, but I think she needs guidance from you and the clan and all of her ancestors. I need your help. I feel like I'm losing her, and I know you don't want to lose her either. You're charged with protecting her. But please give her guidance and clear her mind. And if there's anything I can do, any guidance you can give me on how to help with that, I would do it. But I just wanted to say that to you. And you needed a good sharpen. She hasn't sharpened you in a while, and yeah, so technically I'm not lying to her. And she gets kind of sheepish.
You don't actually get any, understandable response, but the edge does seem to be a bit sharper.
Yeah, she knows that he listens, so even if he doesn't say anything back, she said what she needed to.
Yeah.
And then after a while, she'll go back into the room and return the katana to Shiori.
She'll take it.
Are you doing any better? I figured not.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, dear. I just want to make sure you're okay. That's all. I see you shutting down. And I want you to process what you need to, but at the same time, I don't want you to fade away. That's all. Please don't lose hope. We got a lot to fight for, you know. And she just kind of, she's not losing hope, but Shuri's insightful enough to know that she doesn't know what to do at this point. She's just trying as much as she can.
Should I probably stand up at this point and just kind of. You should probably give Phaedra a hug and be like, it's not. I'm not shutting her out. Just don't know. It seems like there's nothing to do anymore.
I don't know what to. I mean, I'm not. I'm not smart whenever it comes to this kind of stuff, and I'm good whenever we're in battle. But planning, I don't know. I don't know where to look either. But the important thing is that we, keep going. And she sighs. I don't feel like you're shutting me out. I know that I just don't want you to give up. I don't want you shutting down.
I'll try.
Okay. And she'll give her a kiss. And then she'll hand her back the sword. If she didn't already, I can't remember if she did. And she'll scratch Cinder on the back of the head. And she's really good if you're not feeling well. And keep her with you. And Cinder will like hop across the bed happily and like kind of like nuzzle Shuri's thigh and purr.
Sure, just kind of pet her until anything else happens, basically.
Yeah. And that was all she wanted to.
All right.
So let's go die to giants, y'all.
Dinner time?
Fucking hell.
Ooh, me first, me first.
Ooh, me.
No, it's gonna be included in character. Everybody knows that.
Wow.
No.
Wait, what did you just say?
I was breaking the sad moment with some silliness. Sorry.
It was great, Shuttle. It was great.
Sorry.
I don't think so.
It's like genuinely concerned. No, I can guarantee Vader does not want to go die to giants. Goddamn. But yeah, group meeting, I guess.
It's otherwise known as dinner time.
Oh yeah, dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna.
Yeah,
Take-
take the time for the giants.
but he's just gonna grab the string on that's connected to those cans and just drag them with him.
Cat will follow.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Jingle, 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 all the way
We all hear
downstairs.
jingling.
Oh my god. So wait, can I ask out of character? How did he get a familiar?
UA.
Oh, nice, cool.
Wait, what? The new UA rule?
Druid. Can use one of his wild shape points to cast Find Familiar instead.
Nice.
And
I did read that.
And I approved it because I thought it sounded cool.
And I never use wild shape anyway.
You
Exactly.
did for the torture scene.
Yep.
Yeah, that
can
was
do a
early
giant
on.
spider.
I hadn't found Will yet, really.
You hadn't discovered what is Will.
No.
Do you ever really find Will though?
Does
Can we?
Nobody finds Will.
Can we
anyone
all?
ever?
No.
No. This is just a face.
Sorry.
So the cat will sit next to Will. Probably almost his size.
It's a big fluffy cat. Do you have a good picture for the cat, Bill?
I do. It's in your Discord, our chat. With
All right, I'll share it around then.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm curious.
I'll just scroll it past the ones that I sent him last night. The things discovered in the taxidermy room.
No.
In the doll room.
No.
Oops, wrong thing.
What?
There we go.
Oh,
It's
he's a floofy.
It's a big fluffy cat.
I love the fluffs. I even got a fluff on my own. But the fluffier, the better. Also, Ralph's not coming down.
Yeah. Apparently Logan
He
and
almost
Beast
lost his
aren't
tail.
there either.
Wait, who's not coming down?
Ralph
Ralph hasn't come down, and Logan and Beast
Sure.
haven't joined the dinner party either.
Vader's gonna look
Logan
over
Beast are
Brianna.
on the way. Doop-dee-doo. Is there...
You're fast. Go get him. Brianna will run up the stairs.
Boom.
Brianna has to figure out where Ralph is now.
It hits a big area. How are you going to find Ralph Thor? Cat, get down from there. Someone's attacking the calls. Oh my god. Oh shit, I wasn't muted.
I'm trying to see if I have anything in my monk shit to pull some monk bullshit. And I have to see everybody that I need to do this with, so. Yeah. I don't have
Brother
good
almost lost
invest-
his tail. He doesn't want to lose his tail fully.
I guess she'll investigation to try to find him, or insight to know where he might be.
Investigation.
Yeah, damn it. I tried.
Oh.
Hmm.
Not bad.
Well,
How do I
maybe
make
he's
a
in.
roll to?
Maybe he's in his bedroom.
How do I make a roll to counteract?
Is this his
there?
bedroom right here?
His
I
bedroom's
thought
over
this
here.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll knock on the door.
I just ran into a random room. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No response.
She'll fucking kick in the door.
Just.
Motherfucker!
She'll just start, like, opening doors. Checking under beds. Ralthor!
No,
Ralph-
she's gonna find my bag.
Ralthor, roll for a perception. Rhiannon,
Ralthor!
you don't see Ralthor, but you do see evidence that he and Peleus had a good time there at some point.
What do you mean, evidence?
Oh wow.
What do you mean, evidence? Riz, you know, I don't want to fucking know. Oh. Now my mind is going wild. Great. And now I'm lightheaded. Great. I know this is bad.
Deep breath,
I'm-
Shuttle. Deep
I'm
breath.
feeling better, but I'm not 100%. So the laughter has gotten me a little like,
Sorry.
but in a good way. No,
Oh.
it's good. It's good. Okay. Well, she'll if he's not in there, she's just gonna. I don't know. I guess she'll go back downstairs and just say that she couldn't find him. Or she'll yell right before she goes down, Ralthor, if you're up here, we're having a meeting. Get your purple ass downstairs now.
Second perception check for you, Ralthor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll do that.
You hear something muffled through a wall. It was definitely Rhiannon, but you can't make out what she said.
What?
Rhiannon, roll a perception check.
Fucking hears me fucking punches through the wall.
You heard him, and you heard exactly where he is. You know that he's on the other side of this wall somehow. Before you go downstairs, you heard him yell, "What?"
Is there a... Okay, so it's just through the wall?
You heard him through this wall over here, but you don't.
Oh, God.
It's just you have no idea how to get in there.
I'm trying to remember. Has she been drinking today? She
Oh
has to.
no.
She's a
Yeah.
drunk. If she
Fuck
hasn't,
it.
if she hasn't been drinking at all, it's a negative. If she
Punches
has
the wall.
strength unarmed attack
Fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
with advantage because it's a stationary object.
My poor wall.
You make a dent in this wall over here. Ralthor, you see a fist-shaped impression. A bit of a splintering of the wood.
Ralthor! Again.
Here's Rhiannon.
Yep. Shining style, bitches.
Yeah, that was
Again.
nice. Yeah.
Ralph kind of just
And I was just
knocks
seeing
on
Doctor
the
Sleep
wall.
yesterday. Smash! There's now a fist-sized hole directly through that leads light, and you can definitely hear her voice. It's like talking ear to ear at this point.
Ralph takes his head through the hole.
No, your head won't fit through the hole, but your mouth will be at the right level.
Yeah. Well, my eyes are looking through that. There. What?
We have a meeting. Come downstairs.
Will there
Now.
be food?
It's
dinner?
time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I was gonna cast a spell. Never mind. We're good.
No, a hole in the wall. Anyone who goes up the stairs is gonna see
The
that.
poor hole! The poor wall, why?
Because drunk
Oh
stuff.
my goodness. That gives Gamma a way into that room.
Hey! Thank you, Grizz.
The best part is, if Gamma can look in there, he can actually get into the closet now. From that wall.
What can I say? But you're welcome.
I don't know whose room that is, but they're not going to have a pleasant surprise in the morning.
I'm pretty sure that it was Bob's. I think.
Oh
Bob,
god.
Bob didn't come back with you guys. He
Yeah,
stayed,
Bob.
he stayed at the Weeping Angel.
Okay. I found him.
So there's invisible people. Watch out! There was an invisible thing that tried to boil my tail.
Why would they do that? I just don't move things around in the kitchen.
It also made me a sandwich.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, the invisible thing must have also stabbed me through the hand, so...
Now that also does not make sense.
Don't Will go
And also-
invisible. Will, did you go on a pranking spree?
It was too high for Will.
Weird flex, but okay.
Someone did something, you don't know who did it, Rhiannon. But you
Her
know-
eyes look
but
around
you know
shiftily.
someone in this room is responsible for the shenanigans.
Do I get any senses of who could have done it? I mean, technically, we already have a kind of a feeling
Well, let's see.
of who could have
Yeah,
done
do
this.
I know who did it?
Yeah. I guess it would be challenged with deception. There we go.
Oh, he rolled a 14.
Oh, so Rihanna would know then.
Yeah, there's just a look on Gamel's face, the way he's giggling.
His grin is wider than normal.
She ain't gonna say anything. She just kind of like
You're
glances
sure it's
over
him.
and she just smiles and shrugs and just shakes her head and just goes
I
back to
could
drinking.
have lost a tail, you asshole.
What? I didn't tell him to do that.
Then tell him not to do that next time.
First time using the spell.
I mean, the sandwich was kind of meh. There wasn't even any butter.
Taking note.
Take
Right.
a note down. Needs more butter.
He's actually writing down, make sandwich with sugar in it.
I can't wait.
God.
I can't wait till you tell your servant more butter, and then he's just gonna put butter on his tail before boiling it.
Oh. Anyway, group meeting. What's the group meeting for? Biddy asks.
Are we ready to face these giants? Or is there another path that we should take? I don't know. This
Looking at all of you? No. No offense. Beast, maybe.
Aggie kind of
Dietary.
looks at you and says, "This is the reason why it's us that needs to do this is why exactly?"
because it's the connection that we have between Cole and the gate.
Do you think that Cole had something to do with these giants that are in the position that they are right now?
He's blocked gods before.
I mean, that's what he did with Rhiannon. I would imagine that possibly it
Aki
has
nods a
something
bit.
to do with the giant's god too. I
And
don't know.
if I recall right, there was also something about a ring that may or may not be in the possession of the storm giant leader. Is that correct? The one who went missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by getting that ring, we could at least stop Cole a little bit from opening the gate, I guess. I don't know. It's just the only seems, between a few things, between the crystals, the gate, and the gods, is these giants.
He nods.
I mean, to be fair, I can always perform funeral rites.
Phaedra just cocks her head and, like, squints her eye. Not think about that quite yet, please.
The only
Shrugs.
reason why I am talking about this, Aki goes on, is I do not think we have adequate preparations before actually facing such a threat.
I slam my axe on the table. I'm pretty sure we do.
I'm pretty sure we do not.
Well, how
Well-
about...
Sorry. I was just going to point out what happened the last time you guys dealt with giants. I was scrying. It did not look well.
Don't
It
have
went pretty well,
Phaedra gets...
but
much
I
else.
died.
We don't have to fight the giants, do we? Is this not akin? Are we not going to?
The
Get-
the giants are at war. You're going to have to fight some giants.
But we would also have giants on our side.
Do you really trust them with their accuracy? Or loyalty?
We go with what we have, really.
Is there anything... Can anybody think of anything else? Or maybe there's something we can do in preparation for this. Maybe there's something, I don't know, that'll aid us. We're not ready. Is there something we can do to be more ready?
He thinks for a moment. Well, that I do not know, I'm afraid. I was just thinking that we do not have all of the armors and weapons that one might want, potentially having to fight. Hopefully not fighting, but potentially having to fight something so much larger than ourselves.
Well, I don't know if anyone else knows, but the magic shop here, the Jester, Monsieur Jester, right? Yes. Going quite well. It has a lot more in stock.
All right. We can also do that and get everybody some items to help.
Yes. Still might need to do something, earn money in order to get all the proper equipment, so that might just be a thing to do.
Due to Fawn's generosity, we do have a little bit, a good replenishment of our party funds, but just how hard those giants hit and how quickly that giant took me down in 2 strikes. And I'm pretty hardy.
Yes.
I
I'm
worry
on one.
I worry that, I'm happy to, we should definitely purchase items for everybody here. Are items enough, and will we have enough money to bolster ourselves up enough to be able to combat them? I guess.
Aren't items never enough, though?
There's training, I guess. That's always the mindset I'm in, and I don't think that's, right option, but...
Physical fighters, that might be a good option as well, to be fair.
Couldn't we hire someone to help us?
Why'd you pin that message, Grizz? That scares me.
No, sorry, I was just thinking about something. That
Oh.
that reminds me though of something of another wrinkle I was about to drop in that was meaning to drop in recently that just occurred to me that might actually help with this. But yeah, go on.
You have chosen your fate.
I'm just scared that
amount of money.
it scares me.
just hire some more people. I mean, the point we just need to like hire like 5 more people, and don't think giants will be a problem just because the sheer number of us.
The
Haven't
quality
we
over
had
quantity.
bad?
Or quantity.
Haven't we had? Nah, this is fun. Haven't you had like bad dealings with hiring anything? Like, didn't you hire the car and lose that?
Yeah,
Then
but
Which
people,
one?
people-
Vader turns in which one?
like
Plus,
we go to like
plus more than
guilds
one.
or a mercenary group, and we ask them to hire some people, and we just give them a rate, and if they die, we have less people to pay.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't mean to rain on the parade there. Two things. I think Rhiannon can vouch for this first part. You guys had apparently people, and it didn't go so well for those people.
Yes, but we sent 5 people into giant territory. If we hire 5 people and take them with us, we'll be like with like 15 people. I don't think giants will be a problem for 15 people. At least unless it's like 5 giants or something, but in that case, I mean...
Yes.
But if we...
I'm for quality over quantity, personally.
Yeah, but if we have 3 people per giant, we should be fine.
Speaking of quality, Beast, do you have any word on James?
How should I have word on James? The last thing I heard was that he was doing well.
And when was that?
I think 3 days ago. He's traveling right now. The Thorn travel? He didn't tell me. He told me it was like a city by the coast.
Technically, aren't we on the coast?
Yeah, it could be Waterdeep, Lusk, and a lot of cities on the coast.
Yeah, we're in the Sword Coast, so technically speaking, everything is by the coast.
Yeah,
But-
so that's not really giving us much information.
I could find him,
You could.
potentially.
Why bother though? He went on his own merits. I think we remember he wasn't really the I punch giants type.
No. No, they weren't.
And I mean, if you're talking about like a social genius, we have Mr. Fancy Pants here, and he points at Logan. He should do okay. I guess.
I don't know where to go from here.
I think, and this is just me, we first check to see what it is. What would be to, bolster ourselves?
Okay, something is going on behind the scenes because I can hear Grizz fucking typing and then fucking Rick reacting to shit.
Okay. Yeah, just keep talking, guys. This is fine.
You can't do that! Mute yourself, goddammit, because now I'm
Fuck,
worried!
I'm gonna chop off the head of the Windstar. Actually, whenever a Windstar gets some secret messages, it's not a good thing. Head off. Like, I mean,
You don't know which one, so Nick.
All of them.
all of them then.
Off of the heads!
When was the time something secret from the Windstars was a good thing? I don't remember. But whatever. We don't know. We don't know.
No, we don't.
It's just that this was actually supposed to happen like 2 sessions ago, and I realized that I had completely forgot about this until just now. It's like, oh yeah, this was the thing that was supposed to happen that was going to boost everybody up to the level that the Giants mission is good for. All right, there we go. Now I found that note.
Things are going down in Waterdeep, and it's gonna be wiped out while we're here.
It's
I
fine,
can
it's
feel it.
fine, it's fine.
Anyway, so yeah, Jade is doing her own. James is doing his own stuff right now. I won't worry too much about it. He had some things to take care of. He's only been away for like a week, not even. So I mean,
Well, yeah. Does not mean that they are still not. Oh, what is the word you guys use? Comrade.
I don't want to leave him behind.
I mean, you left Talon and Drick and Balaford
home
behind in the
base.
tavern.
Yeah. To watch the bar and work and keep track of our guild hall.
Yeah.
This would, I want to make sure he just ran off when we were dealing with a situation. I can't remember what that was about.
It was like a week ago. Your memory isn't good.
No, I don't remember because the sword got eaten by fucking Charles.
Was it the
Yeah.
sword?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
sword.
You
Was it
guys,
the situation?
It was the sword.
you don't know that in character.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Running
No.
out of character.
Oh, okay. Cool. I thought you were. I thought you were.
Did he
having this
clearly-
argument in
No.
character? Sorry.
Was that the
Did he
sword?
clearly looks worried at this point?
Yeah, you guys don't even.
Did he?
All your passive perceptions are noticing Biddy's expression.
Yeah, it's impossible for him to hide this at the moment.
What's
What's wrong?
Is that an M or R? I can't tell.
Don't
I
you
guess
worry
not.
about our demon boy here. He's not doing harm.
Evernus. What's that?
Wait, what?
Evernus.
Sounds like
Avernus.
furnace.
Avernus.
Avernus.
Oh, God. Character.
What's wrong, Betty?
One of our brothers of place called. What was it called? I can't. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Avernus. Or Avernus.
Avernus.
I can't pronounce it. Everybody pronounces it differently, so don't worry about it.
A place called Avernus.
Ah. Yes, quite.
Religion
Intro-
check.
What do I roll?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Religion
Rhiannon.
checks.
Religion or Arcana, whichever seems more appropriate.
Right. Meh.
Shirt on the short. Let's see, Gimmo's a plain person.
Daedra, there's no reason she would have no idea.
Rhiannon definitely knows. Rhiannon instantly knows what that is. It's the top layer of the. Sorry, it's the top plane of the. The first plane of the nine hells, or the first hell.
Rhiannon will
Even Ralthor has kind of heard of it.
get really concerned. Who's trapped in the Nine Hells?
Wait,
Dara.
what?
There's a clear pause before he says, Dara, one of our brothers. He
Another
Was in-
brother?
he was in his mage tower before it apparently got, what did he call it? The plane shifted?
Was he in Baldur's Gate?
Man, the Windstars are busy.
I don't know.
At this point, Mother Windstar, hearing that, just looks aghast and it's like, "Yeah, we haven't heard from Dara. Last we looked, he was in Baldur's Gate. I'd been trying not to think about it. I mean, sometimes you kids are out of touch for years." She looks pointedly over at Viren. but if Dara's in Avernus and has somehow managed to get you a message, this why would he be there? Oh, he's not. She kind of looks. She's just looks. She's beside herself, thinking about one of her kids down in the hells.
Wow.
He's in need of help.
I think the point of order still stands. bump up of some equipment. That might have changed.
Phaedra will nod at Biddy and look over at Mother Windstar, and we will, if everybody's in agreement, you both, the entire Windstar family, has been so generous to us, letting us stay here in Neverwinter, and a lot of your sons are in the Iron Roses, and we'll do what we can to protect them. And I guess we'll go to Baldur's Gate?
No, he's in the God, I hate saying this word.
Avernus.
Avernus.
I just think of it as greed. Every time I look at that, I just think greed. It retranslates into greed in my head.
He said that a part of the town is down there, or city is down there.
Wait, so you want us to go to hell to go get your brother, right? That's what you're saying?
Well, you wanted to fight giants. What's the difference? They're smaller.
Sure, but they're demons. They're just giants.
Aki kind of looks over you and says, devils, actually. Demons are the abyss.
You fought something similar
Potato,
already.
potato.
They are quite different. Demons you can attempt to reason with, use logic and contracts. Devils you can attempt to reason with, you can use logic and contracts. Demons, on the other hand, you cannot.
Yes.
Potato, potato.
And he starts rubbing at his wrists.
Okay, and how would we...
That is a good question. How would you get there?
You hear the Rhiannon's crow just kind of like, gah, 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 or raven rather, and just kind of shift into kind of an impy form. Just kind of
I thought I said you were supposed to be a raven.
I don't want your help, Lograph.
And this says in Infernal to Rhiannon, says, which of course Ralthor can understand. Anyone else who understands Infernal, it's like, sorry, I'll turn back in a second. Just wanted to say that I really don't want to go back there, if at all possible, please. And then turns back into a raven and kind of nestles against her hair.
So it turned into a
have a
goblin,
choice.
right? It turned into a thingy, right?
Into an imp temporarily, and then turned back into a
Ralthor
raven.
will speak up. The imp says that he would love to go back to his home.
That is all what he said.
Great, we have a guide.
It flaps. It flaps off of Rhiannon's shoulder, flaps over to Ralthor, and attempts to peck him.
Yes,
I will
so-
use the bats to protect myself. We are having a flight battle.
Oh dear
Now-
God.
It's a Pokemon
No,
battle.
that's-
Okay.
Okay. No, that's not what he said. But
I'm gonna
alright.
look at Biddy. So, and I look up and down at Biddy. Do you maybe know a way to get there? Demon boy?
I thought we
Just
established there was a difference between demons and devil's beasts.
Well, there is. If all else, we do have the scroll of astral projection.
Yeah, but that's to the astral plane, though. It's an astral projection.
It can lead to the.
Yeah, there's gates that connect all planes for the astral plane.
Uh-huh.
Once you go through there, then you can go through. It's like walking. Well, kind of like a hallway.
Unless we can figure out a cheaper solution.
Thorncoin, Nexus, maybe. Don't those work? Isn't there like a demon, devil thingy in Thorn's Tavern?
There's
Maybe
also
he can let us
There's
in.
also something else we have in Thorn's Tavern.
Hmm.
What?
Awaken mind. We have the ring. Doesn't that open up some sort of a portal?
I don't think so. I think it opens the gate thingy.
Well, there was also that one from your notes. Dragon's Keep. It had mirrors to that place.
Yes, it had a
Oh
machine.
yeah. Yeah. By the way, I would not take the ring to the plane because I think all the devils would be
No.
like, "I want to have that swag."
And if my notes are correct, it was also holding back by changing from the mirrors. It was holding back, I think, like a legion. It sounds like of devils. So I don't know if that portal or that access point is good or not.
That's true.
Out of character, that's the XP for.
Drawing the demons.
You know, fighting a devil army, I'm down.
Cue Doom music.
Yeah. Heavy metal
Makes me
intensifies.
think of the last episode, the ending of the last episode of Angel.
I mean, there's always plane ship scrolls. Those could work.
There's also, I mean, I guess we could try and see if the Nexus would aid us because they have access to different planes, correct? Or was that something that we found out and that they couldn't do?
I don't think you asked those questions to find out if they can be used to transport you to places like the Nine Hells or the Abyss.
I think Will.
I thought Will asked, yeah.
From what Will learned is that the portals that they have, not necessarily the access because the one guy could get around without the portals. The portals that they had connected to places like other places in the material plane, the elemental planes, Shadowfell, and I will be right back. Something is making a lot of noise out there.
I worry, out of character, I worry if we use that plane shift scroll, something bad's gonna happen like it did with fucking Varian, because we're not high enough, because that's a level 9 spell.
Fair, but I don't think that was a plane shift scroll.
Oh, that's right, it's astral projection, but
And the
still,
and the
like, that's a
Feywild, of
high
course.
level.
The Feywild was the other one.
Sorry, plane shift F.
But that's where you know that they have connections
The
to.
guy that brought us here could possibly take us to the Nine Hells.
Biddy, wait, repeat that?
He's
They-
referring
they
to Strun, who's not a guy.
The person, whatever, I don't care. Person who helped us get from Waterdeep to here, to Neverwinter, might be able to get us to the Nine Hells.
Fader will speak up. I feel like that's a good option for us to move this along quickly, but I feel like something she said last time, in case people didn't know or catch what she said, I just want to make sure everybody's aware of. I think their mode of transportation isn't stable. Not that we can't use it, I'm just might end up kitty. We might end up coming back to a different plane of existence. I don't know. I just worry that if we go to the wrong one, it might have. Just want to make sure everybody's aware. The plane of existence that I was on is not apparently doing very well, and if we end up there, it could be bad.
Could it be faring worse than ours, though?
There's a death curse. Anybody who's been resurrected slowly starts decaying into nothing and dies, and it's being overtaken by it. So possibly, yeah.
I mean, no one here is resurrected, so.
Nobody in this group, but think about all the rest of the people.
That also would mean we can't be resurrected.
Exactly. Will, are you okay?
No, sorry, that was two guys coughing.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if he was. I didn't know if he was
coughs-
doing like.
Will coughs in character.
Well, okay, out of character. I thought you were doing like a. We were talking about how people hadn't been resurrected, and Will's kind of old, so and has been around for a little while. So I thought he was like.
It's entirely possible that Will's been resurrected. It's up to Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will coughs. Make up with what you will.
I agree that I think the Nexus is a good connection point for us getting around. I want to make sure people are aware of the situation back on my plane, and just to let you know. I'm not saying we'll go there, but it's just a risk we might have to take, especially if we need to save your brother.
I could see if my friend might be able to assist, but that would be costly.
You've paid quite a lot, Gamma, for aiding us in the dungeon with Lokar.
I still want to go back there eventually. I want to meet this person. He looks off in that exact direction.
I feel like we will. You'll get your wish.
Oh well. Or do we know anybody that just knows a way to do it? I don't know.
How about we ask the imp?
Alright. Rhiannon will turn to the Imp Raven hybrid thing on her shoulder.
Ah!
Hey, buddy.
Ah!
Do you have any suggestions on how we can get to Avernus?
And back.
And
Yeah.
back. Noted.
The Raven just kind of looks at you, Rhiannon, pointedly, and then kind of scratches at the table for a moment. Then kind of like looks at you again, and kind of gestures at itself, but not really. Just kind of pulls out a feather and just kind of like lets it there. Then looks at you. It's a nice black feather. Looks at it. Looks at you.
Yes.
Looks at it. Looks at you.
Picks up the feather.
It's a nice black inky feather.
Alf. Awaken mind. What are you trying to get at?
Yeah.
Are you making your mind to the imp?
Yep.
The imp says, "Well, considering that I'm originally from the hells, you can always ask the individual who brought me out of there."
Ah, yes. I don't know.
He can provide transportation there and back. Sorry.
Considering his want for keeping certain individuals safe, I imagine that we can trust it this time.
Do you think Awaken Mind... I mean, this is to everybody, Awaken Mind.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna let me go to the Nine Hells?
He might not, but
I guess that's worth a shot.
I still think we should bolster our equipment before going.
Agreed.
At least for the
Maybe...
ones who are focus on the ones who will guaranteedly go.
Maybe I can just drop a line
Be our guaranteed
to
safety. there.
Lagra. Yeah, and I can leave you with like a shopping list for me, and I can go check with him to make sure everything's alright. How's that sound?
Sounds alright to me.
Is everybody okay with that? Rhiannon will look around.
Yes.
option either, for the record. But it's better than some of the other ones we have.
Really, him is better than other options.
Well, let me think about it there, Beast. Yeah, bringing a death curse or getting in onto a plane with the death curse. Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that right now. And then let's see. There's fighting a legion of devils. That I don't really want to deal with that right now. And then I guess there's the scroll that we're not quite skilled enough to use. Is that
And would
correct?
cost a lot.
It would cost a lot, yeah. So this is. I have a connection with this guy. I mean, let him be some use to us, I guess.
There's the least he can do.
Mm-hmm. Y'all have fun shopping.
Shopping trip.
And Rhiannon will turn to the Raven and say, "Take me to the big man."
The raven that's at a kind of a raveny sighing sound, and perches on her shoulder, and just kind of a portal opens up around him and pulls Rhiannon in. Does anyone else try to attempt to go with her?
No.
Nope.
No.
All right, just Rhiannon
There's
then.
shopping to do.
Nobody wants to go with the garden.
Nope.
Ooh.
He's trusting Logreth this one time. So she's technically helping Logreth. It's fine.
Wasn't Phaedra making a list? Did I hear that correctly, or was that somebody else?
Phaedra doing what?
Creating a shopping list or something.
Yeah, I would say that Rhiannon wrote down some stuff on a shop by Phaedra before. We'll just say that.
And set it on the table.
Yeah. I don't know what she wants, but I mean, yeah, we'll just say that's done.
Ralph will look at Phaedra and, point to his setup, his clothing,
Armor.
his
Cute tieflingness.
13 armor class armor,
Oh, you have a 13
That
armor
would
class.
be nice.
That's a whole lot more than I have. That's pity. I don't have that much armor class, Jesse. You have more armor
Yeah.
class than I do. So, you can't say much.
+1, isn't it? You got 12, wasn't it?
What?
I think it was 12. Billy's armor class.
Yeah.
I thought
You have more. It's still more armor than Biddy has.
We need armor, dude.
I know.
Well, let's go to the Mysterious Jester then. Get you some armor.
Jim Benson will lead the way.
No.
Who's coming with? And who needs to leave a shopping list?
Will come along, I guess. Followed by Cat.
Phaedra's coming 'cause she got the money.
And we can always,
I
steal.
mean, I just went shopping, so
Gamel's gonna
Will doesn't want Phaedra to come so he can steal shit.
Beast is getting it.
Cheaper with Will.
It's the 5-finger discount, isn't it?
Beast is gonna come shopping. Why not?
This time I will actually write shit down.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The armor of protection from cold. Isn't that what you guys shoplifted last time from the Nexus?
Yeah,
He didn't
but-
write it down, so
Yeah.
you said he got it snatched from him.
Yeah.
Yep,
It got
that's
stolen.
true. This is
Well,
true.
I can't.
No water
This is why
among
you
thieves.
always
Another
write
thief
it
stole
down.
from him. Probably at the Goblin Market.
I went off
Fucking
through all of
goblins.
that.
Gamel is gonna tap Biddy.
Mhm.
In a weak mind, he goes, "Your brother had mentioned he still had some more funds, so if he wishes to help at all, that would be even grateful. Especially since we're doing this for your brother."
Yeah. Just a second then.
We're helping your brother.
So Fawn's going along too with his money, huh? The $500,000 he still has.
We don't even know how much it is either. Gambled a little. He's just gambling.
It's a whole lot of money,
Yeah, because he spent.
but he doesn't really want to use it.
Well, he did help fund the castle, so.
Yeah, he doesn't want to use the rest of his money. He wants it to be useful for money-making scheme.
We're going back to the Nexus, right? Yeah, why not? Some shopping at the Nexus.
Yeah, you guys are going to the mysterious jester.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I have nothing to buy there.
So yeah,
Sure is going with
the
Fader.
proprietor is quite happy to see all of you trooping through the door. He grins widely. Ah, hello, welcome. What business do you all have here today? And the shop looks a lot cleaner. There is a young gnome currently pushing a broom, just cleaning up the dust and straightening a shelf here and there. You can actually find things in here now.
Mm-hmm.
You could only find them by accident last time.
You see, we're going on an excavation mission, something. I'm not quite sure.
As
So
always,
we're
you
gonna
do.
bulk up on equipment.
Well, it'll be my pleasure to help you out here.
This is the lizard folk guy, correct?
Yep.
Atchok, you've been doing real good here, man.
It's be thanks to the you guys and the Iron Roses, especially now that the taxes have been lowered on my shop.
Yeah, the last time we were here, they seemed to be giving you a little bit of a shakedown. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see that things are and she kind of looks around at all the shiny stuff. Doing pretty well for you. And she's not-
Excellent. Yes, it's just too bad Pelios is still retired from making stuff. Thankfully, there were people, that wanted to sell magical items to me to get themselves back on their feet. So I now can provide a better stock. And there's other people who are wanting to buy because of all the things that happened.
Peter kind of smiles and, well, you never know. There might be new business ventures on the horizon. Let's just say that.
Excellent.
But we're here to do business. Make you a
Alright.
little bit more money.
I love to hear that. So, what kind of things can I get for all of you?
I'm flipping through my book. I have no damn clue.
Yeah.
Well, I have my book in front of you, so unless you have a specific, an enemy by specific name, just give me a type and he will suggest things for you.
Will is probably looking for a type of better armor.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's
Light-
wanting
light
better armor
armor.
too.
Light armor.
Right, armor.
Are we talking uncommon,
but-
rare, what?
A slight improvement, so like I guess uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay. So you don't have any magical item armor right now. Then is what you're saying.
Yeah, I have normal leather armor.
All right. Okay, that's a shield. Let's see, that would be too heavy. And that's made out of metal.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking just for something to wear around the body. You're looking for boots. Oh, sorry, you've already got some cool boots, and you've got a cloak.
Yeah.
So,
Basically, something to cover my more essential bits in the gut.
You
Essentially.
know, where everything is stored.
Yeah, my chest and gut area. Some people will call it the torso.
okay.
A holder of many foods.
He's just kind of nodding and listening to the request and starts flipping through, one of his ledgers and looking at the stock. It's like, maybe a robe, he considers. Since you've got a really nice cloak on, you might be able to fit a robe over that.
Then would the cloak go over the robe?
Yeah. Sorry, other way around. Yes, my bad.
Ah,
Hmm.
as long as I'm all protected.
Well, let's see. Since you are a druid, my friend, are you not? You have that nice staff that I sold you.
Could you tell from the grass growing out of my ears?
He laughs. Let's see now. What can I offer you? He ponders for a minute and kind of shakes his head. I'm afraid I don't have anything in your quoted price range. What is your
Oh, that's a
what is
shame.
your price range for the thing? 'Cause it's better than saying common, uncommon, rare, that sort of thing.
See here. I got a whole total of this wine.
I think it cut off at that. What did you say?
I have a grand total of this white walking cane.
Kind
That's
of
all
things.
he has. He has no money.
So here's the deal. So according to what we have in party funds, let me just open. We have 40.
Because I do have a nice set of of leathered armor, but it might be out of your price range. He frowned, looking at it.
And then I have 5,000 left over from the extra that Fawn gave Phaedra. So Phaedra would have given that back to Fawn. So I'm gonna.
Fawn would have left.
Okay, then that brings it up to. So depending on if we have to decide how much we want to keep in reserves, and then we can split it up with the people that need bolstering. Phaedra's good; she doesn't need anything too much. Like she's got 3 attunement slots, but Rhiannon doesn't have any magical items. So if she's going, I don't know if she is. She will need something, but I guess we have to decide who's going to help.
Will's attunement slots is filled, but he could, like, give the ring of spell
we
storing
n-
to someone else.
The
we need that ring.
the lizard man, after hearing, especially with he's already got a lot of magical item, brings over a set of leather armor, and says, "This won't overburden you with your magical item needs. Meaning, in layman's terms, out of character, this does not have attunement slots. But it is kind of expensive, and maybe." Maybe you cannot afford. Actually, no. Sorry, that would be 3,000. 394. Oh, sorry, my bad. Mistyped that in there. But it's kind of expensive. It's nearly 4,000 gold.
What? Well, what is it?
But it's known as a glamour-studded armor, and while you're wearing it, you gain. This is out of character. He talks them more colorful terms, and me out of character will say, while wearing this armor, you gain a bonus of +1 to AC. You can also use a bonus action to speak the armor's command word and cause this armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. You decide what it looks like, including the color, style, and accessories. But the armor retains its normal bulk and weight. The illusionary appearance lasts until you use this property again or remove the armor.
Do you want that?
Well, if it's not too much. I keep getting hit by bolts.
Then get it. I'll take it out of guild funds. It's the you said it's a 3940 gris.
Yeah, 3,940. Yeah.
And I will put it in.
I realized I was calculating something wrong originally when I said 4,000, but it's only 3,940.
I'll pull it into my inventory then.
Glamour
Thank
studded
you.
leather armor.
Who's? I guess. Phaedra will like look around. It's going to be hard to keep in and out of character on this. Who do we plan on? Who's going to this party? I guess that's what we need to know.
I will.
I guess mainly what Windstar.
Biddy's just like, obviously me.
So we got Biddy, Ralphor. Sure, I'd probably prefer to go because Gamma doesn't really necessarily want to go to the Nine Hells.
Okay, then that would. Then then Fader would.
Rhiannon would have to go as well, wouldn't she?
Yes, she would.
If you want to bring her, I can bring Gamma instead. Just don't know how much use he's going to be.
Yeah, well, it would also make sense because Fader's out way ahead XP wise in front of everybody. I'm just trying to think like how in game Phaedra would not go and Shiori would. I'm trying to figure out that in my head.
There is no reason.
No, there isn't.
Just go.
And unless you're, I mean, if you're really you really want to play Rand, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. But I wanted to take Rhiannon for a test drive. So, that'll make sense because that'll be easier for Grizz too because Fader's way out XP wise in front of everybody. So if you're okay with that.
I am fine with that.
Goes, I don't know.
That's up to Fluffy. I don't want him to force to play a character.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying
So-
shit. I'm just saying
so
it's
Fluffy.
a possibility.
What do you wish? Who do you wish to bring to this adventure?
I would say just purely because they've already. Gamma's more of a socialite character.
All right.
So I don't know how well he would do in fighting a bunch of demons.
It would be devils, and you don't necessarily have to be you're not necessarily fighting with them. You have no idea from experience to experience whether you're fighting something or whether you're just going
That's
in there
fair.
and talking.
Contracts.
Because you can
Silver tongue.
Yeah, this is hell. This isn't the abyss. In the abyss, you're guaranteed that there's going to be a fight. In hell, who knows?
I kind of want to bring Logan, but she would be greater invisibility. He doesn't know that. Logan's gonna go, I think.
Logan's coming.
There's also the fact that Shiori speaks Infernal, too.
I speak him for.
There's that.
Yeah, you do too.
Yeah,
Look,
having some Infernal speakers would help.
I speak no.
I mean.
I speak. Logan speaks everything, so.
Fair.
I like to speak to demons.
I would prefer to bring Shiori because she's.
Demons speak abyssal, not infernal.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, just.
They
Devils.
they are a specific difference in D&D, so I have to
Yeah.
I had to mark myself down every time I said demon instead of devil when I meant to say it.
Go ahead and call a devil a demon and see how it goes.
Exactly. That happened the last time you guys dealt with the devil.
I'm just gonna call him Red Dude. That's.
You're a bad dude.
That's so like rat dude.
Radical man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring Logan, I think.
Yeah.
So,
if-
who else is buying stuff? Ashuka's just looking at you all.
Biddy needs better armor and a better sword. Better armor and better weapon.
Does
Alright.
someone sell Displacer Beast armor?
Ah.
Displace the beast armor.
Can I get?
You want
Can
a
I
cloak?
commission someone?
Oh, at first when you say that, he says, you want a cloak of displacement? I think we have one over here. And then you said, commission is like blinking from him. Wait, what? And he looks back at you.
You're like, yeah, we have. Wait. What did you just say?
Like armor.
Because he's
From a
currently
displacer.
is holding armor. He's currently holding a cloak in his arms that have two distinctive tentacles hanging down the sides, look exactly like Displacer Beast tentacles. It also looks
No.
exactly like the cloak that Shiori has on.
Let's hope that Quincy is dumb. I'm gonna say Quincy is dumb and hasn't noticed yet.
Or hasn't cared.
Or hasn't cared. No, armor for a displacer beast, like to wear.
You should ask an armor smith then.
But I want it to be magical.
Well, I don't have anything like that here, and I can't do magic, so yeah, I just sell thing. This is more of a consignment shop than a shop that actually makes magical items. I mean,
I'm gonna go and look for a smith and get him to make
all right.
Quincy armor.
So, Biddy, you were asking what's your price point here? How much are you willing to spend?
Sorry?
Biddy, how much money
Well,
are you
I'd
willing
have
to
to
spend?
take from party funds. I don't know. Maybe 1,000 at max from party funds.
Okay, so we're looking at in common, and you're looking for a sword. You're looking for a
Well,
sword,
I need a
dagger. What are you looking for? The proprietor asks.
I guess a longsword.
All right. Let's see. Well, there's always a longsword plus one. He thinks. There's a longsword of warning. Let's see, what else do we got here? That's about it for my long swords that are in your price range. He looks up.
A longsword plus one will do.
All right, let's see. That'll come to. Oops, did I roll the right ones? Hold on a second. No, I did not. That'll be 185 gold, please.
Phaedra.
What?
185 gold for a longsword, please.
Sure.
And then, what kind of armor did you want?
Oh boy.
Or are you
What
looking
armor?
for boots? You're looking for a shield? You're looking for a hat, a cloak? What?
I was hoping for breastplate.
Breastplate. Okay. And the same price range, I take it. He starts looking down his
Yeah.
list. Well, it could sell you an adamantine breastplate. Could sell you a suit of mariner's armor. Could sell you a mithril breastplate. Well, it's more like a mithril chain shirt. But, well, yeah, breastplate. Yeah, we've got a breastplate. Hold on. Yeah, this is the chain shirt. That's the breastplate. He kind of points at the two. My bad. But yeah, I do have mithril armor here. That's about it for breastplates. So what can I do for you? Mithril, adamantine, a mariner's outfit, a mariner's breastplate. What?
I don't know what would be better.
Well, the mithril armor's not cool. Let's see. He kind of like hefts it, starts hefting the weights on these. It's like, well, they're about the mithril and the adamantine are, have a decent weight to them. The mariner's outfit, on the other hand, the mariner's breastplate, on the other hand, it's a bit lighter, and it does give you maneuverability in water. It doesn't give you any extra protection, but it's but you look very stealthy. He kind of points out. The mithril armor is actually much lighter. It's tough because it's a breastplate, but even the breastplate can be worn under normal clothes. It's kind of thinner, but provides the same amount of protection as a very heavy plate does, and that won't mess you up when you're trying to stealth.
I guess I'll go for the mithril then.
Excellent. So basically, it's a breastplate, but it's mithril. Being a mithril breastplate, it does not have the imposition of either a strength requirement or disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Breastplate doesn't have that on the disadvantage.
Yeah, neither, that's that's the whole reason I went for breastplate was because it didn't have that.
Well,
I
this
guess
is
if I
mithril armor,
could-
so. Well, I guess if that's the case, adamantine will do the same. Probably. Hold on, let me double check the adamantine listing. Ah, adamantine negates critical hits.
I guess adamantine would be better because not being able to get critically hit.
Ah,
Is
okay.
beautiful.
Yeah, you just have to remind me every time that I've got adamantine armor on. Just what?
Oh, you scream it out immediately.
It's a normal breastplate, but adamantine.
Yes.
Alright.
And that'll cost you. That will cost you 325 gold pieces.
Looks again at Phaedra.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like looking at the book, having a conversation, and trying to do this. What was the total?
325 gold pieces.
Okay, got it.
And he looks over at the next customer. And for you,
David just kind of pulls out this dented to probably to hell guard shield from Waterdeep.
a shield.
1,000.
What was the price range here?
5,000.
Oh, all right. Let's see. What can I do for you?
She's looking for the most protective shield she can have.
An armor catching shield might be nice. What else can I offer you? No, that's out of your price range. He kind of ponders for a moment. Oh, let's see about this one. Oh, a sentinel shield. That's not too bad. It's even cheaper than you're looking for. Well, that's about it for the shields that I have. What can I offer you?
I'm just gonna thinking for a moment.
Oh, wait, he says for a moment. I found one more. He kind of blows off the page. There's also a shield of missile attraction. Oh, wait, that's cursed. Never mind. Never mind, he wouldn't have that.
Yeah, let's
Never
not
mind.
do that, please. That's
Never mind, my
Very
bad.
casually.
I was thinking that he wouldn't have said that after all. It's a cursed item. I didn't see that at first. I just saw the rare marker on it.
Fair enough.
I'm looking at my actual spell cards, which I have organized into types of items. Then for some reason I have the shields mixed in with the rest of the armor. Well, I have one of the shields mixed in with the rest of the armor. That's the arrow catching shield. There we go. I'll put that in the right spot. So, what can I get for you?
I'll have to think on that arrow catching one. Give me a moment. I'm just gonna step back.
Who's next?
Fine.
What can I get for you?
He looks down, noticing that he's not even wearing any shoes. Yeah,
What?
apparently
And-
I've got no items for my feet.
And what sort of price range do you have?
Well, I have 216 gold, if that helps.
Okay. Let's see, what kind of things can I sell to you? He looks down his list. I can probably sell you a boots of elven kind if you like.
Sure. Yeah, what's that like? What is
Well,
how good?
apparently, while you wear them, you don't make any sound. It makes you much more stealthier than normal.
Does it also raise my AC?
No, doesn't make you any tougher. But I don't think any boots do.
One could say that it does raise your AC because you're not going to be seen and therefore not being shot at.
He actually looks at a lot of. Actually, I think a lot of my boots might be in your price range. I've also got boots of the Winterlands, boots of striding and springing, bracer. Sorry, winged boots and slippers. Slippers of spider climbing. All of those might be in your price range. I have to look up specifics, but it's around there. He says.
What about in your any good light armor sets?
Can you repeat that? I think I missed it.
Any good light armor sets?
Light armor. Well, I think I already said some of them, but I don't have any. I don't think I have any armor that's in your price range, unfortunately. Especially not if you're buying boots. Maybe I can swing, mithril armor. Maybe. But, it'd be one or the other at that price range.
Think I might go with the mithril armor.
Mithril armor is basically any armor you want on there. But it shoves it down a little. It's like mithril is light, flexible metal. A mithril chain shirt or breastplate can be worn under normal clothing. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage dexterity checks, or a strength requirement, the mithril version of the armor does not.
I lost half of that.
I don't think it's like what armor can you use? Like what armor types can you?
I'm proficient in light armor.
Mithril.
This is medium or
would
heavy.
help.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. But he basically says, I don't really have much in the way of armor. He says, let's see, what was that one he was offering or sold to there? Yeah, Glamour Service armor's out of your price range.
Maybe we could bump it up to 1,000 to go into 1,200 to go into guild funds.
Yeah, he says it's most of my stuff is unfortunately out of your price range for for that kind of armor.
I mean, we got money if you need it. Like if you need AC, get some AC.
If you need armor, get some bloody armor.
Thank you.
Because,
like, for real.
Bump it up to 3,000.
Because the glamour studded armor is nearly 4,000, so if he has a second set, it'll still be about the same price.
Yeah, just go for that. You need AC, Ralthor.
Okay.
I just type in.
Mama Phaedra says so.
It's an early Christmas present. Literally, because it's from
I
Phaedra.
still can't wait. I still can't wait to see what
Motherfuckers got
Phaedra
other
got
stuff
us.
coming too.
Still.
Ha ha ha.
I know, right? I'm very scared about it.
Scared.
Mainly because I'm living in a shared house, and if it comes, and I know what.
Glamour.
I have a contingency plan.
I mean, if it's addressed to you, people shouldn't open it.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's
Shouldn't.
like my food.
Glamour studded armor. Yeah, you should be able to just drag and drop it from the compendium. It'll fill out everything else.
Glamour studded leather. Awesome.
Yep. Anything else for you guys?
Phaedra will step up. Yeah, I got a list here for a friend of ours.
Okay.
Ring of Protection. You got one of those?
Ring of Protection. Yes, I should have one. Let's see here. Okay, pulls out his rings. Ring of Protection. There we go. Yes, It costs...
Free.
No... Okay, it costs... Yeah, well, I'm actually having a special on it. $711, 11 gold. 711 gold for Ring of Protection.
Awesome. And then, do you have something called a luck stone?
A luck stone?
Or a stone of good luck?
Let me find out. I've got a handful of stones here. Let's see if I have one of those. Stone of good luck. Ah, yes. He pulls out a stone that looks like a cat. Well, a cat's head, anyway. Is this what you're looking for?
Yes.
Alright, let's see here. That'll be 330 gold.
Perfect.
Yeah, Ralthor now looks like he's dressed in ice.
And
But he's not the
then
least bit cold.
let's make her a little stealthy. You said you had some boots, right?
I've got boots of elfin kind, if that's what you're looking for. I've got a few other kinds of boots if you want to look at them.
Can I get the slippers of spider climbing?
Yeah, we got shit ton of gold, y'all. Whatever, we're probably not going to be at a magical store for a while, so if you want something, we've still got 44,000.
Slippers of
I'm
spider
pretty sure-
climbing. That'll be an even 200 gold.
200?
Oh, I could
For
pay for
slip-
that one. I could pay for that one.
For slippers of spider climbing, 200 gold, please.
Oh, okay.
I'll pay for that one. I'll pay that one. I hand him a bag of 200 gold.
Rhiannon
Oh,
literally had 0 magical items, so...
Since the winter holidays have come earlier, let's see here. Magical wooden shield, please.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Magical wooden shield.
Magical wooden shield. Let's see. I've got a sentinel shield. Let's see if that-
Probably not wooden.
I don't think any of these are wooden. Hold on.
Well, fuck me.
You know, it doesn't say it's not wooden.
Huh.
So, I mean,
Wait.
sentinel shield doesn't have a picture attached to it. No, sorry, never mind. Yes, it does. It has a picture of armor. That's why I put it in the armor thing originally. But you know what? It doesn't actually specify that it has to be that it has to be made out of metal. It just doesn't have a proper picture, so it doesn't say what kind of symbol it is. It just says it's enchanted. So how about we go with the sentinel shield is wooden.
What
While
is
holding
the
the
sentinel shield?
While holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom checks. The shield is emblazoned with the symbol of an eye. I believe Phaedra has one of those. Or did.
It's about to change hands, but yes, she has it.
Or you can
Wait,
just give
what?
it to Will. Oh, wait, yours is metal. Never mind.
Yeah, mine is metal. It gives you advantage on perception checks and advantage on...
Yeah,
and it basically boosts your passive by 5.
he has
Is
a
it,
he has a wooden one. He's willing to sell you for 256 gold.
Is it, what's this called? Damn it. Attuned.
No.
Nope.
Cool. I'll take it. I mean, perception, and wisdom and perception.
Who's
That's nice.
next?
Hmm. What swords do you have in that price range?
In Which price range? He asks us again.
5,000 gold again.
5,000 gold? Oh, alright. Let's see here. What do we got?
Yeah, 5,000 for gold or shield, whatever.
Well, I've got a Dragon Slayer sword. I've got a sword known as a Flame Tongue. It's a mace. I have a Sunblade. It's good if you're going up against, vampires and other things that hate light. He laughs. I have a Sword of Life Stealing. I have a Sword of Wounding. I have, just a regular long sword of +2. I have what's known as a Vicious Longsword.
A vicious longsword. The...
It's just listed as Vicious Weapon, but it's one of those things. It's a template that's applied to various weapons.
Yeah.
Sunblade would
Okay.
have been handy.
What is the... how much is the Sword of Life Stealing?
Sword of Life Stealing. He goes over and, picks it out. It's a really interesting blade. It's actually semi-forked at the top with this kind of gash in the middle, and then it kind of like pulls together so that it'd be like a double blade almost. Like go into something. So let's see, how much would this one be? Let's see, that is 4,480 gold.
Okay. She'll put that down.
Do you want guild funds for that?
Good. She's gonna get 500 platinum still.
All right.
So it was 4,800.
4,480.
480.
The Lizard Man's eyes are just sparkling because he's making a much more money today.
Guys, wouldn't I have seen Galmil's invisible?
It doesn't technically have a form. Technically.
It's got an unseen servant. I don't
I
think
know,
you can
but-
see it.
I've got like
The
Yeah.
robe of eyes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You see anything invisible?
It doesn't say
Except
it's invisible, it
it's
just doesn't
not
exist.
exactly invisible. It's harder to explain.
oh okay.
I was treating it like I was
Rathor
treating
now
it.
has an even more thing that to be scared of because if the fucking robe doesn't see it out,
I was like treating it like a poltergeist. It doesn't have an actual form. It's kind of sort of on the ethereal plane, but basically poking into the material plane and moving stuff that way.
it's fine. I don't mind a fucking clown coming to life. I want to.
Of all the things that you missed last night during Call of Cthulhu. Anyway,
I really wanted to join, but the cat just wouldn't let me sleep like at all. It kept on even attacking the freaking cords on the bed. And,
it's okay. That's kitties are like that. Kitties are sweet.
I
Just
just
that-
don't want it to get electrocuted.
Exactly. And then you have to be careful with them the first times and stuff. So who's next? Who else is buying stuff?
I don't think Gamma really needs or wants anything at the moment. Not something he can. I mean, he does have something he wants, but he can't quite afford it. She's kind of looking at it.
What does he want?
He's looking at braces of defense.
I almost got cannon, but I went with the ring instead because it's +1 to AC, and then all your
Saves.
saving. Yeah,
You
but
got cloak of protection too, so
I mean, see how much the bracers are. We have money.
3,100.
3,100?
I can't say that about real life.
I mean, he's not going on the thing, but I'm okay with him getting him because he's squishy as fuck. He's got like what, 20 hit points?
26.
Sorry, 26.
Less than 30 anyway. Yeah, there's been attacks that have cost 50 taking it 50 some health points away at some points.
Yeah, grab him if you want him, man. I mean, we have money. I keep saying this.
Yeah, because he's got 270 gold.
I mean, there's basically an attack out there that could split Galmil in half at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll be like, he'll probably ask funds for that then.
Yeah, she'll pay the whole thing. Keep your gold in case you need it for other things, bribing or whatever you do around town.
He likes to charm people.
Drugs.
I mean, it's Galmel. He could be on drugs. We
He
don't
did
know.
just say that he saw some like fire death dragon flower things in the sky earlier this session. So
He did. Going to have a 19 AC when he's got his mage armor up, which he can cast at will. It's fine.
What did Will ever do to you?
Yes.
What's wrong with Will?
Yeah.
what?
Cast
Cast at
at will.
Oh god damn it! Stop it.
That's what happens when you
Mm.
have a Will in your party. Anyway. So who's next?
I think that's everybody.
Usher finishes running up all your purchases, basically taking your money, wrapping your new possessions up in oilcloth if needed, and just he is beaming. It's like, I thank you very much for patronizing the mysterious jester. I am this is just great.
And Fader will like nod, and I'll be in touch with you about the other thing at Chuck.
He nods.
Might
And
be nice in the
the young gnome kind of waves at you all as he's finishing his straightening duties.
I kind of walk on the wall on the way out.
And the Biddy just kind of like looks over. Sorry, the lizard man kind of like looks over at Biddy. We can do this between sessions, by the way, Biddy. Because I
Yeah.
figured at this point, because I know that
That's
Valthora needs to leave. That everybody buying stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that this would be a good place to stop.
I've got about 30 more minutes.
But we are actually not meeting again for 2 weeks, because next week we are doing more Call of Cthulhu. Hopefully, finishing that story out.
Please don't kill me.
Oh,
God
damn.
That will be up to that'll be up to
Ah.
Caleb. If Caleb finds you and decides he wants to kill you, well,
Aw,
Don't worry.
already done.
so yeah. Sorry, audience. I know our schedule has been a bit off lately, but the next session of On the Road will be in 2 weeks. Join us again next Sunday for the conclusion, hopefully, of Museum of the Fantastic, a Call of Cthulhu sheets game. Bye now.